The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways.
It was the summer of 79.
Hang on a minute. What's going on with my computer?
What did you do?
My computer just went wrong. Hang on. What the hell? Hang on a minute, guys. Don't panic. What terrible start to the show. Sabotage, you see. If I go there, and I go there, and then I go... What?
79.
There we go.
I met a boy on the scene in the Lower East Side. He was scribbled words on the wall, spray painted the town. Hip hop, punk rock, bottoms upside down. Yeah, the Bronx was burning and the city was turning in its grave. Beats were breaking, bomb train scraping through the tunnel to the fright of day. It was the same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. It was the autumn 2006. CBGB's closed the curtain, final act, Patti Smith. Towers collapsed, the compact disc was obsolete. Boredom is the birthplace of creativity. He stayed in his bedroom with his MacBook Pro. 9/11's Great Recession dwarfed the planet Pluto. Stock interest raised the risk for mainly blacks and Latinos. Hey, he was a content creator who blew up on IG. Hashtag fame, internet celebrity. Made $1 million mining cryptocurrency. And the world was trolling for America to become great again. Control. Guns were calling, Kanye West was running for president. It was the
song. Good evening, dear listener, the Late Night Alternative. One day she's going to let me sing on one of her records. I don't know why. Iain Lee, who are you?
Catherine Boyle.
Spooky. Ooh. Right, that's Imani Coppola. We've got Imani on the line now. Imani, nice to have you on the show. We can't get through to you! Now, in fairness to Catherine, you predicted this would not go as smoothly as we had anticipated it would. We're trying to phone Imani Coppola up. And
You've been talking to her tonight, right?
Yeah, I've just bought a painting off her.
Ah.
Sorry? You think she spent the money?
Her work here is done. She's moved.
You know Imani, we've had her on the show before. I love her. She's my favourite singer-songwriter, one of my favourite top 5 human beings of all time, and I just think she's delightful and wonderful, and she's got a new album out called The Protagonist, which is a joy. You know there's a song about me on there. You know there's a song, I'm an inspiration for a song.
What's it called?
Iain is cool or something. I can't quite remember the details. Give me your...
Here we go.
Right, hang on a minute. I can't phone from my phone because that'll cost me money. Or give me your number, and I can get home in about 20 minutes and Skype you from my computer. Catherine, I'm going to forward this on to you. And can you help, please? Can you help?
I mean, I could.
Come on.
But first of all, you have to say, Catherine is right and I am wrong.
Catherine is right and I am wrong. I've got terrible stomachache today. I don't know what's going on. Really bad gut ache. Terrible stomachache. Why you say it like that?
What?
You say it as though you're aware of this. That I've just sent you her email. Can you, I bet it's because, well, I think we're phoning what they call in America her cell. Have we definitely got the right, what terrible start to the show this evening, and I accept full response. I know what I can do to turn it around. We can go to our good friend Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan.
Evening, Cass. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I don't think we say that, do we? Is that a thing? By the way, anybody that doesn't like Halloween, doesn't like kids knocking at their door, doesn't like giving out sweeties, Yabu sucks. You miserable, miserable people. Halloween is wonderful. It's magical. It's a joy for the kids. If you don't like it, just go. What's your problem? What on earth is... I'm not finished, Alan. What on earth is your problem? It's a wonderful night for young people to go out, to dress up, to have fun, and for other people to be generous and give out sweeties and do all kinds of wonderful, wonderful things. So I will have I'm saying nay to naysayers on this show this evening. 0344 499 1000. By the way, Alan, how does it feel to be out of Europe now?
We're not out of Europe because you had the extension.
No.
And we got a general election.
No, we are out of Europe. Because otherwise Boris Johnson is dead in a ditch and Mark Francois has exploded. We are out of Europe.
Well, that's not what I've heard. Anyway, going back to Halloween,
yes.
I remember dressing up as Frankenstein's monster.
Really? Tell me about that.
I had the whole gear on and everything with nuts and with a bolt up my neck and everything.
I don't think I've ever really dressed up for Halloween.
What, when you were younger?
No, we didn't really.
What about the boys?
When I was younger, Halloween wasn't such a big thing. It's only in the last sort of 10, 15 years that Halloween's become a thing, and I'm envious of the kids that get to go out and have all this fun now.
What about the boys?
The boys dress up. I don't know what they were doing today. I've not spoken to them today. I've not seen any pictures, so I don't know. But I do know I've got them at the weekend, and we're going to have some apple bobbing.
I've done that.
Yeah, have you? Was it with apples? Was there a
Yeah, with apples.
Were you
I must
blindfolded?
fit a whole apple in my mouth.
You sure it was an apple?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you take a bite? Was it soft or was it hard?
It was a normal apple you get off the apple tree.
Ah, the apples from the apple tree. I see.
And that's giving me an inspiration for next year's Halloween.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I'm going to dress up as a Ghostbuster.
I'm going to slime you.
Well, I'm going to have the whole kit and everything. I've got the proton pack, the ecto goggles, the ghost trap, the PKE meter.
We got a phone call here, Alan. It says it's from... I'm not convinced that this phone call is from this person. Let's just see, Alan. You can help be my bullshine detector, okay?
Yeah.
Alan, say hello to Donald.
Good evening, Mr. Trump.
Hello there, Mr. Caddick. How are you, sir?
No, thank you. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you.
I'm a big fan of yours. I loved you on The Apprentice.
Oh, that's very kind, Mr. Caddick. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, it is the real Donald Trump. I thought it was going to be a prank call. It's the real Donald Trump.
Oh, yes, sir. I called my friend Nigel on there on the London BC, and I thought I'd call you.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Caddick.
Okay.
Alan, Mr. Fawad.
Alan, shut up, mate, because I'm doing a very serious political interview now.
Sorry.
So, Donald, what can we do for you this evening?
Well, I just wanted to say hello there, Ian, and I like your show there on what you call the talk radio. The thing that, well, I suppose the UK, but I call it the England sometimes. But how are you, sir?
Okay, but we're great. Catherine, we've got Donald Trump, and it really does sound like him, so it must be.
It's uncanny.
Isn't it? Spooky. It's actually him.
Oh, hello. Is that the Katie Boyle from the talk radio? Yeah, I love your work there.
Loves your work.
Keep your hands off my work.
Okay. Okay. Well, Donald, thank you so much for your time. Happy Halloween, sir.
Well, thank you very much there, Ian, and happy, what they call the Halloween to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, there you go, Alan. That was special, wasn't
Well,
it?
I feel honoured.
I feel honoured as well. I'm going to go and chomp down on an apple.
3444991 if you want to talk Donald.
Thank you. Well, okay. There's a lackluster start to the show, if I'm honest, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes sometimes. 0344 499 1000. Got terrible stomachache. Terrible stomachache. Oh, can we compile a list of fighting songs tonight? I don't know why. I just thought it would be nice. Don't tell me we've got her on. Shut the front door. Shut the front door.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Imani Coppola.
That was totally my fault. I'm so sorry.
You're now, listen, watch your language, but you're such a dick. What were you doing?
Wait, it wasn't me. This phone, the caller ID was set to, like, go straight to voicemail for, like, unknown IDs or whatever.
So nice.
Wait.
We're on the air now.
You're allowed to curse?
No! I said an S word, not an F word.
Oh, boo. Whoops.
This could
I'm back.
This could be the shortest interview. This is so dangerous having Imani on live. We've only...
well, especially after I was just agitated trying to figure out, like, how to figure this, whatever. Hey, happy Halloween. How are you?
Oh, I miss you so much, Imani. How are you doing?
I miss you too. I'm actually good. I know
this
is... For Halloween this year, I am good.
This is unprecedented, because normally both of us are bad, and Imani's a friend, and we haven't actually been in touch for a little while, but we message each other when we're both feeling miserable, or having a relapse, or whatever. And, but it turns out...
Or about to jump.
Yeah, he's about to jump. We quite often we'll get in touch like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm definitely going to do it.
I'll jump. No one jumps. No one gets to jump.
It's like a suicidal Mexican standoff, and everyone survives. But at the moment, I think I'm all right. And you messaged me today saying you're all right.
I'm freaking okay, dude. Like, I'm sorry to call you.
Oh, there it goes. Jesus.
Press the red button.
I pressed it. I've only got 2 presses left. Jeez.
Okay, I'll keep it together. It's just like when I get passionate, I curse.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just.
And I'm passionate about my well-being.
Have a cool shower. Go and have a cold shower. And
it's Halloween.
Yeah.
And like people are dressing up their dogs now. It's just absurd.
Well,
the whole
terrible
neighborhood smells like a dirty diaper.
Well, Imani,
you don't need to dress up your infant.
Here's the thing. You're a cat person. I'm a cat person. Catherine has recently become a cat person.
Yeah.
She dressed up her kitten.
Oh, congratulations, Cat.
Thanks, but I did something that you disapprove of, because my cat had bat wings on for like 15 seconds before she ripped them off.
But did you take her outside?
No.
Trick-or-treating?
No.
With dog bones?
I took a quick picture of her, apologized, and removed the stupid bat wings.
That's fine. It belongs on the internet. It does not belong outside. These dogs are pissed off.
So what are these dogs dressed up as then?
Bumblebees, other animals. No one wants to be themselves anymore.
The best thing, and I couldn't put clothes on my cats because my cats are nuts. They just keep bringing me dead animals. Last night I got in, Imani.
Oh yeah, what was up with that, man? That freaked me out. So yeah, you tell me.
Last night I came in. There was a dead mouse and a dead rat embracing. There was
embracing.
They were embracing.
They've been placed in some sort of position.
There was a mouse that had been skinned. And then the black and white one does that a lot. And then this morning...
What the hell? Wait, first of all, a lot? Why do you have mice? So many mice in your...
Brexit. It's Brexit.
What's going on, Ian?
It's Brexit. It's because of Brexit we've got so many mice over here. And that's why we voted to leave Europe, so all the mice go back home to their own stinking countries.
Okay. Well, you guys are responsible for the mice here.
We are, aren't we? I think we are.
Emmer-effers. You Emmer-effers. All right, we went on a tangent. I think we were talking about something.
We were talking
it doesn't matter.
We were talking about you feeling okay.
Oh, yeah, you're happy.
Oh, right. Yes, antidepressants. Hell yeah. I get to feel good.
Yeah.
However, singing is it's a battle now. Like, you always got to work harder. Like, sleeping is impossible. Having an orgasm is, get it?
Thank
Don't
you.
even bother.
No, because listen, Imani, listen, we have talked about this because I'm on antidepressants and it's a known thing and we've talked about it on the show. It's almost impossible. It's not completely impossible. It's almost impossible for me to come, right? As one of my listeners said, it's like running a really good marathon and they keep moving the finishing line. But, so we know it works that's for men, but you're saying it's the same for women on antidepressants as well.
Oh my God, absolutely. I mean, why would it be any different? It's just like, it's almost incredible how long it takes and like how much concentration and effort you have to put into it. But it makes sense if you're, whatever the hell antidepressants do chemically, I don't know, but it's the same thing that like makes it easy to sing. It's the same thing that makes it difficult. Like those feelings, those emotions, those nerves, whatever the hell it is that makes you sing, easy to sing, it's no longer there. So it's the sacrifice. But
is it? It's not that thing, is it? I kind of buy into it a little bit. That to do good art, let's call it art. You've got to be in pain a little bit. Can you do good art if you're feeling happy?
I've never tried. Art is like an antidepressant for me. It's what I do to like channel all of those emotions. But I also feel like way too much. I feel way too much. The average person does not feel as much as I do. It's not healthy. So, like, I was thinking the same thing today. I was just like, okay, well, here we are again. And this is exactly why you stop taking them every time you go on, is because you're sacrificing everything, but you don't want to kill yourself. So it's like, what the hell? What do I do? So I decided I'm just going to do it for, winter is difficult. The sun going down at 4 p.m. is just, I'm in bed by 5 and, I'm just going to get through the winter. Spring happens, all of the natural flutterings of life and all of that inspiration happens, and hopefully I won't. But then there's the other part. I have to wean myself off and deal with all of that unpleasantness, which is putting it lightly.
Coming off them is a nightmare. I tried to come off before Christmas last year, and I was for months, and it was horrible. I was going insane. I was in tears. I was getting terrible headaches, and then it was awful, man.
Brain zaps.
Yeah, the
vertigo,
brain zaps.
Nausea. Oh God, insomnia. Ugh, yeah, so much to look forward to.
That's okay, but you're feeling.
But I like going outside and not wanting to murder people. Like all of these dark thoughts that I have no control over, like Tourette's of like evil thoughts in my brain. I don't have access to them.
When I was in New York, not when I brought the kids to meet you, but when I was there, I can't remember if it was before. I think it was before, and we met up and we went on the ferry and we spent the whole ferry journey, I think, plotting the perfect murder, didn't we?
Oh my God, yes, we were talking about murder, like in-depth descriptions of how we would murder people, but not in like an evil way, in such a casual way. Yeah. Like the casual nature of how we were discussing this in like a, surrounded by children.
But so casual that it literally, if one of us had said to the other one, well, should we go and do it now?
Let's kill this person.
We would have done it. It was relaxed.
I think that is true. No, that's not true. I think one of us eventually would have talked the other out, sort of like how we talked each other out.
Not at all. 10 years later, one of us would have squealed to the feds and would have done a plea bargain, and the other one would have got the chair. That's how it works over there. What a movie, though. What a movie. The Protagonist is, I think it's your best album ever. But I'm wondering I'm wondering if I'm saying that because it's new. I don't think I am, because I heard it ages ago before it came out. So I've kind of lived with it for a while. I think it's your best album. And that's going up against things like Black and White and stuff like that, which is an amazing album. You must be really proud of this one. Or not?
I am. No, of course I am. But I mean, I would have felt more proud, sooner after it was completed. Like now it's about a year old to me, and I'm just like, God, would this thing just be over so I could move on, But with that said, I am still very...
How come it took a year to get it out?
Well, that's what happens. When you partner with a label, you have to set up, you got to do photo shoots, you have to, like, put a timeline together for publicists. It just slows down the process. So your record is done. By the way, it's taking great effort to not just curse.
You're doing so well, Imani. We are so proud of her, aren't we, Catherine?
I might add, I remember the last time I spoke, I think I promised you I wouldn't talk about my PMS, but somehow we always manage to do an interview when I'm PMSing. So
this is your fault because you keep I think I put it off first, then you put it off, and then this is the way it's meant to be.
Everything is my fault. Everything in the world.
It's not, Imani. It's my fault. I'm a useless piece of shit.
Dude,
I'm
that
worthless.
Is the most narcissistic crap ever. Like, we are probably two of the biggest narcissists ever.
I think so.
That guilt, like feeling guilty for everything, like owning all of the suffering in the world.
Yeah.
That's narcissism.
Yeah. Catherine's just nodding very sagely.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I live with this.
Yes, she is.
I mean, this is how I survive. Just let him crack on. I'll just nod and wave.
So are you bored? You're bored of it then?
Oh,
not to
was
downplay.
I deflecting? I absolutely was deflecting. No, it's just like, you have to understand. At this point, I've listened to the album at least 7,000 times.
Yeah.
Like, no exaggeration. And like, even when it's done and you're sick of it, you still have to listen because you gotta like go back and talk to you gotta be interviewed and you don't remember like stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm putting a band together, so now I'm gonna friggin' play it more.
Oh, hang on a second.
Learn it.
Whoa. Hang on, everybody cool out. Just cool out. So are you gonna do some live shows?
You know what, Ian, I think this is really what's making me miserable in life. As much as I don't want to admit it, I miss playing, I miss singing. I know I'm old and I'm tired and I'm lazy about it, but I'm just doing so much other things, but not enough things, so many other things, not enough things to make me feel fulfilled and happy. Like, sitting in front of a computer promoting crap on social media is not doing anything for my spirit. It's like bringing it down.
Yeah.
So I gotta like get back to the basics and play music with people. Music was intended to be played with other people, not by yourself. Like, so I spoke with my label dude the other day, and he was like, "Hey, Marty, you ever think about maybe promoting on a stage with a band?" Like,
such a controversial idea. Wow, yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously there are the usual things I say, like, I don't have the money. It would be nice if a label provided some sort of support. Instead, he suggested I get a bunch of credit cards and move balances.
Wow.
Like no interest APR thing. That's how it is nowadays. That's how bands are surviving on the road. They're putting everything on credit. I'm like, dude, I put 5 of my past albums on credit cards. I have a lot of money that I owe. So now so anyway, it doesn't matter. I just have to shut the hell up and do what makes me happy, and who cares how much it costs, Excuse me, there's an idiot on a frickin' motorcycle.
Is he dressed as a bumblebee?
Or a dog?
No, or a dog dressed as a bumblebee. That's the next. I would like to say the S word, but I'm not going to.
You can say the S word once.
Say it.
So, the next cool, trendy Halloween costume is a human being dressed up as a dog, dressed up as a bumblebee. Yeah.
Oh, Imani, do it.
Paint that picture, baby. I'll buy that one.
Hello, happy Halloween. Thank you.
New York,
I like layers.
A little bit of New York life there, you see. I love it, man. So it's good. You're going to do it. You're going to go and not dress up as a bumblebee, but
I'm going to do it. But like, here's the problem. Now that like I'm on this antidepressant and I don't have much social anxiety anymore.
Right.
So now that I feel like, I can get on a stage again, I'm not terrified and shitting there it goes again.
That was it. You're allowed the 1S. You're allowed 1S.
Okay.
You've used it. Beautiful.
All right, done. So now, but now I have no voice. So I have to like really work hard on singing through this, and I know it's possible. I've done this before. It's just my voice is different, and before I took these pills, I was like singing my butt off because I've been through so much, and all of it was just in my throat and in my chest and like just coming out of me. And now I have to work so hard to get that sensation. So I'm just going to have to work harder. That's it, period. And obviously, incentive to quit smoking. And another thing is these antidepressants, I have no desire to smoke or drink, and it's just fantastic. Or eat, for that matter. So it's like, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to quit drinking, quit smoking. It's wonderful.
I would suggest eating a little bit. I know
and drink some water. You'll be a husk of a woman.
I don't want to pass out. I don't want to pass out.
If you do some shows, would that be like weird if I came over and saw you do some shows? Is that like then, have I then crossed the line into...
would it be weird if I came to you?
You keep saying you're going to come over and you never do.
You know what? I'm just going to credit card. The rest of my life, I'm just going to just max out credit cards.
Do it.
I'm just going to do what I want to do in this life and see what happens. I'm tired of being afraid of my future. And, like, you know, it's a terrifying time being 40, essentially unemployed. Like, I'm a freaking artist.
Yeah.
How the hell is that happening? You know? But I can't be terrified anymore. That's, like, it's really just crushing me.
How do you, and for those who don't know, you do the music, you do painting, you do lots of different stuff. And I'm friends with you on Facebook, but I saw, how do you put up with the crap you get on Facebook? Because I saw someone the other day lecturing you, if you want to be an artist, Imani, you have to suffer.
You know who that is?
Who's that?
That's my aunt's freaking ex-girlfriend. All right, Mel. Mel needs to shut the F up. I hope she's listening.
There's a reason why she's an ex.
I was watching that conversation thinking, this is going to get very fruity in a second. You need to suffer for your art if you want to be an artist.
What art does this woman pump out then? Apart from BS.
You know, Mel is an artist, you know, whatever. And maybe she lives with her mom. Maybe that's the great sacrifice she made for her art.
Yeah.
But, there we go. God damn it! Yeah, sorry.
How is your mum? I saw a lovely picture of it was the record launch the other week, and your mum was there. Your mum's got MS like my mum's got MS. And your mum looks so similar to my mum. I don't know if it is the MS. I don't know what, but I just looked at
that.
She looks so similar to my mum. It was incredible. I'll send you.
No, there's something. Isn't there like? Don't you guys share a birthday or something like that?
When 9th of June?
Doesn't your mom and my mom have... I don't know.
My mum's 2nd of October.
Okay, no, that is incorrect.
There is another coincidence somewhere. I can't...
There is, and I don't remember what it is, but...
How's your mum? She looks lovely. I want to meet her.
Yeah, she's sweet. I love her. You know... I love my parents so much. They've been through so much, and they're just hanging in there and still lovely people. What is she doing? She's tutoring, she's writing her books. You know, she's always brainstorming a new book idea, and like she manages to get it done.
What books?
And she's hanging on with her. Huh?
What books is she writing?
She wrote a book called The Meek, which is a science fiction, like a dystopian science fiction book.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess she's working on the sequel, and she's got other stories. She's very involved in these writers groups.
Yeah.
She stays involved, and that's what keeps her going. You know, her brain is always reading, always writing, and she does Reiki. She does a lot of Reiki. That helps.
Because my mum gave up. And that's kind of, I think, what set her back so much is that she just kind of went, I got this. Right. I'm out. I'm done. I'm just going to let this take over. And, you know, it's interesting to you say your mum just keeps going. You don't have
to be sick to do that. I mean, that happens to people who are healthy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Your body follows.
Yeah.
Mind follows. So, that's how she keeps it. She holds the whole family together.
Yeah.
This woman in her wheel, scooter situation. She drives still, you know, it's automated for disabled people.
Yeah.
It's her. Paying the bills, running the show, you know, it's always been her. So she's my hero.
You know I love you, right? And I think you're brilliant. But the thing that swung it even more so is the way you treated my boys when I brought my boys to New York. Was it last year? Maybe I don't remember when it was. And my boys are really shy and quite quiet when it comes to meeting new people, and they don't really say anything. And I said, we're going to meet my friend Imani, and I showed they knew your records because we've been playing it a lot in the car, and I showed them a couple of your videos. And so they were really excited to meet a pop star. You know, this is a pop star in their world. And in the real world. And then we came down the street and I said, I think that's her. And there was this crazy woman just flossing in the middle of the street. And straight away, man, you won the boys over. And my youngest, who is kind of quite clingy.
That's right. I used to be obsessed with the floss.
You were doing it. You're flossing in the street.
It's dance. Of course you're going to win over a kid if you do the floss.
But you took us to see...
all you have to do.
You took us to see a film that was not really age appropriate. And it had subtitles. It's about a cave boy losing his dad.
I am clueless, yeah.
But you introduced the boys to hot butter pump on popcorn, which we don't have over here. And my youngest came and sat next to you in the cinema. That's never happened before in my life.
I wanted to cuddle with him. I was like so ready to get into cuddling.
He'd have done it. They love you, man. They're constantly asking when they're going to see you again and how you're doing. And
they
love
great.
you.
They are wonderful kids. I love them. And they were all wiling out on the streets of New York, and I had my eye on them on traffic.
You were wicked. You were great with them. And here's the thing. I think I told you this, Kath. I was in New York. I had a kind of like a sudden not panic attack, but I suddenly got really, God, this is awful. The boys aren't enjoying it. I've got no money. What am I doing here? And it was like very early in the divorce and stuff. And Imani sent me a message saying, if you want, I'll take the boys off you for a day. You can have a sleep.
You mentioned that. That's incredible.
You're a really special human being, Imani Coppola. I want you to know that.
Seriously, I get it. I understand. It's hard. I mean, I don't have children, but I can't even imagine what it would be like to be going through all of that and be responsible for two young boys.
Yeah.
And have to keep it together and be a role model for them and set an example while you're divorcing their mother. It's very difficult. I completely understand.
But what I'm saying in a roundabout way is, I think you're special, and we don't speak enough, and you're one of my favourite people in the world, and I love you. And you're definitely one of the most talented people I've ever met. And I've worked with Ricky Gervais, for God's sakes.
He's great.
He was funny back then. He's not so funny now.
But you're great.
Yeah, well.
Everyone's great. No,
everyone's great, man. Everyone's great. Let's all take these.
That is not true.
By the way, what's the name of your antidepressant? Ecstasy? What the hell?
It's called Effexor. Effexor.
Hey, baby. We're on the same drug.
We're twin.
We're drug buddies.
Cases. Hell yeah.
We're drug buddies. That's the one that gives the electric shocks. That's the one. You forget that for a day.
So you could tell me more details about it.
You forget that for a day. Today, I thought I'd taken one, but then by about 1 o'clock this afternoon, when I turned my head, it was like you get traces. And so you turn your head and you can see lines, and I thought, I'm gonna take another one, because I'm not sure if I've had one or not.
Oh, wow.
The electric shocks.
Wow.
Man. Yeah.
Darn. Would you mind if I asked you how many milligrams you're on?
I am on 150.
Okay, I'm on the low dose. I only started on Monday. I'm on 37.5.
Okay, well.
I really kind of want to keep it low, because if I ever want to have an orgasm again, you gotta at least try not to up the dose and.
Yeah, you just get your arm starts aching. You get bored. The number of times, Imani, I've started and half an hour later gone, I'm just going to go to sleep now. This ain't happening.
Oh, but don't you feel doesn't that make you feel awful?
Yeah, of course it does. It's terrible. But I don't want to, I'm not looking around joking, but actually serious. I'm not looking around my house wondering what could take the weight of me hanging from a bit of rope, which is where I have been, as you both know. So.
I know. I completely get it. I get it. So whatever.
Well, okay. Well, listen.
Small sacrifices.
I don't think we've plugged the album at all. Right. So we should do that, because your record company.
No, but we plugged Effexor.
we plugged the.
Maybe we could get a free prescription. My insurance is about to run out.
We've plugged the big pharma. Right. The Protagonist It's on, it's like digital, but there are 300 CDs. I've just ordered one today, so it's limited edition. Where is the best place, and I'm going to post all the links and stuff on Twitter, where is the best place to go and get the Protagonist for you?
Oh, for my benefit?
Yeah, which one puts more money in your pocket?
I'll never make a dime off of any album I ever put out.
No, really?
I don't make anything, man. Like, maybe 7 years I'll get, like, a check for $50. But, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Digital or compact disc. I have a pet peeve about calling it a physical CD. So freaking CD is already physical. You don't need to say CD. It's a compact disc. You hear me?
Gosh.
You heard?
And it's also on...
You understand? Do you call it physical?
I call it physical, yeah. I call it physical.
You do not.
I call it a physical release. It's tangible.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Tangible.
But a physical CD is redundant. You know?
Physical release sounds more like the thing you were talking about before we started talking about the music again.
I thought you couldn't do a physical release.
A word from Cass.
All right, so you can get it on iTunes. If you're not worried about the money, you can get it on iTunes, you lazy scumbags, or you can get it on Bandcamp. I think that's where I got it earlier on, and that's where you can also order the CD. It's a joy. We're going to play another couple of tracks throughout the night because we love it. Give me.
So were you live when you were trying to call me earlier?
Yeah. Yes, mate.
Oh, that must have been a fumbly moment.
Yeah, well, that's the show. I mean, that's the act. It doesn't get any better than that. Give me two songs to play throughout the night, and not the one. Don't try and trick me with the one that's got the C-bomb in it, please.
Oh man, I was going to say that one, but there's a clean version. I need to get you that. I forget what I replaced the C word with. Runt. Okay. Songs to play. Probably play the Sage song, you know.
Oh yeah. I like that one. Yeah. I like that one. Yes, the others are not so. And go on, give us one more. Give us one more, or shall I just choose one later?
All right. I like Lighthouse a lot because I actually wrote that with you in my mind because you were going through such a struggle, and you felt really isolated, and you were talking a lot about loneliness, and I get it. You're on the air. You're talking to a million people. Yes, you're a bit of a celebrity, but there's a loneliness involved in that. You know, you're I don't know. I just get it, and that's why I wrote that song. And a lot of my friends go through that crap, and I just want them to feel like, hey, you got me. And I'm going through the same crap, so as long as we could relate, I think we could get through this.
I love you, Imani. You're the best. You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll speak soon. I'll give you a proper call and we'll have a chat.
Yeah, definitely. I want to talk more about this stuff that we're on.
All right.
These drugs.
Take care, Imani. We'll speak soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Imani.
Imani Coppola. The album is The Protagonist. It's a joy. We'll play those songs a little bit later on. Yeah, the Lighthouse song. That's the one when I heard it, it was more than a year ago because I was living in that flat. And I said to her, this song, some of the words feel really familiar. She went, yeah, you said a lot of it on that ferry when we were planning to murder people. I was like, oh, right, that's how it works. Okay, we haven't taken any breaks. We're in a terrible position. The switchboard, give us a call, 0344 499 1000. That was Imani Coppola, Coppola. The album is The Protagonist. It's a joy. It's an absolute joy. It's just wonderful. I'll post links and stuff in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Okay, normal service. Normally-ish service resumes. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. I was, what do I say? What's the shorthand for me? I'm a Celebrity a couple of years ago. I was a Strawberry Guy. You might remember that. Catherine Boyle is over there.
Yeah, I wasn't in either of those things.
No. And it's a phone-in show unlike any other in that we kind of just sit here and we chew the fat. It was unusual that we kick off the show with a guest, but I do thoroughly, genuinely, we only get people on that we like. I had someone get in touch the other day, say, I've got a book, can I come on? I went, it's sort of someone I know. I'll tell you the story. Okay. So, do you remember a month ago, I tweeted that I liked Jay Aston from Bucks Fizz.
Yeah.
She'd just come out that we can still talk about this. Wednesday, we can't talk about this anymore. The election. Without jumping through loads of hoops. I cannot be asked to jump through. So, at midnight, Tuesday next week, going into Wednesday, we can't talk about the general election, okay?
What general election?
Exactly. Well, we can now. But Tuesday at midnight, we can't. I've done my research. But she announced that she was going to stand as an MP, I think, for the Brexit Party. And she's getting loads of flack. And I've met Jay, and she's so delightful to me. All of Bucks Fizz was so charming and so delightful and so friendly that, and she was getting all this abuse. And it seemed to be one of those things where I felt that we should be able to put politics to one side. And as I'd met her, I kind of tweeted, I've met her, she's delightful and lovely, I don't care what political party she stands for, I think she's a really lovely person. And that was it. And quite a few people got very angry. How can you? She's a racist. And I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. And then one website that I'd had dealings with, like a sort of cult website, as in they deal with kind of cult TV shows and things, was quite rude about me. Not massively rude, but it was a little bit rude about me. And I was a bit, that was unpleasant. I saw another tweet they'd done that was a dig at my affection for the pop group The Monkees.
Right.
I thought, And then a podcast that I'd been asked to be on liked the tweet. Do you remember?
I remember.
Do you remember?
Of course
I
remember.
We talked about it on air, and I was very, very confused, as we often are in this modern age, as to why a podcast that's run by two guys, it's just ISIS, don't panic. Why, it's the cleaners pushing their...
It's so loud!
Go and tell Rebecca off then. Rebecca!
It's not Rebecca.
Turn it down!
She's got a more delicate hand
She's got
than
very
that.
delicate, steps. Can you hear that, dear listener?
Open the blind, I want to see it. That sounds like some sort of industrial...
They're dragging the chairs around.
Could they not?
Shh! It's Rebecca! I told you, it's Rebecca!
You!
Naughty Rebecca! Told you it was Rebecca!
I couldn't believe it, but I've seen it with my own eyes.
Unbelievable.
Close the blind, I don't want to see that face anymore.
Goodbye.
Face. She's the loveliest person.
We got the best cleaners here. We're always going to have a lovely chat with the cleaners afterwards, and they're so nice. And Rebecca, we adore her. Anyway, so this one website did a snarky tweet about me, and it kind of confused me and upset me a little bit. And then this other podcast, that's run by two guys, one of whom I know a little bit, that have asked me to be on there, kind of liked it, and I was like, that's a bit unpleasant. Anyway, so last weekend, or the weekend before, one of the guys that runs the podcast, the one that I know, had told me that he'd written a book, and could he come on and chat about it? And also, it was the 100th or 150th or 250th episode of this podcast. And I'm thinking, golly gosh.
Reminds me of that scene in The Godfather. You come to me on the morning of my daughter's wedding asking for favours.
It was a little bit, so I wrote back, saying, hey, listen, man, nice to hear from you. I'm going to be honest, the book isn't really for us. We only get people on that me and Kath really, really love or have had a huge impact on our lives. And that's true. We very rarely do we get someone on who's plugging a book. And if we do, it's because we really, really like them. And
it tends to be that we go out to find those people rather than the way round.
Like Nettie Baker, Ginger Baker's daughter. She was on to plug a book, but we also really, really got on with her, and now she's a friend.
Yeah, but we get loads of press releases and people approaching us.
Yeah, all the time, of course we do.
And we don't take any of those.
Imani was selling an album there, but she's a good mate, you know, so we get people that we really, that mean something to us, or we have seen, oh my God, have you seen this book about this? I think that, like the nuclear war.
Yeah.
Because something, as I said, look, it's not really how we do the show, so I'm going to say no. And then I thought, and here's the thing, I really have to stop sending emails when I wake up. Got to stop sending emails when I wake up and I'm in bed, because I always regret them. But I'm not sure I regret this. And I said, also, and this is a little bit difficult to talk about, but I'm going to choose discomfort over resentment. There was a tweet about me that was quite rude, and I just happened to notice that your podcast Twitter feed liked it. I don't know who it was, who runs your Twitter, but it upset me. Good luck with the book. Thanks, Ian.
Yeah.
That's okay, isn't it?
It's fair enough.
That's okay, because it did upset me. Maybe it's me being oversensitive. I don't know, but that's no. I was being Ian sensitive. That's how that's my level of sensitivity. There's no such thing as being oversensitive. That's my level of sensitivity. He didn't write back. And I don't know him brilliantly. He's a nice guy. Yeah,
which is why, that
Yeah, I suspect it wasn't him. It may have been, I don't know. And I will probably move in circles that, I don't know. But I felt I had to say it because it had upset me, that thing. So, what were we talking about? Anyway, I do, when I wake up in bed and I look at my phone, and I will send out snarky tweets, and I don't think that's necessarily a snarky email, but I will send out snarky tweets and snarky emails, and then, go back to sleep for an hour, then wake up and go, oh my, what did I do that for? And I'll delete is my philosophy.
Didn't you go through a phase of keeping your phone downstairs charging?
I think that was when I was looking at too much pornography, wasn't it? Wow. Genuinely, I think that was then. Did I do that?
Well, it was also just being too addicted to your phone, wasn't it?
I can't now. I live in a house on my own. If someone breaks in to murder me, I've got to film it, man. I've got to film it for those Insta likes. You know what I'm talking about, babe? You know what I mean, babe? I watched for the first time yesterday Keeping Up with the Kardashians. What an excellent programme it is about some very rich, beautiful young women looking at their phones. It's such a good show.
Which, by the way, are always blurred, which I think is spoil sporty.
They're always very, very blurry. I thought I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought what marvellous family, what marvellous inspiration, role models they are for young women, for young entrepreneurs, for humanity. I thought it was an absolutely brilliant show. Are there a lot of episodes and a lot of Kardashians?
Yeah, there's enough to keep the mum going well into her dotage.
The mum is a babe. Is she single or married at the moment?
I think she's got a partner who's,
Okay, but these things change so quickly in Hollywood, don't they?
Well, they've been together a while.
Okay, but it could end. It means it's ripe.
I don't think you're her type.
To end. Why?
I think he's like a rapper or something.
I rap, as you know. Yo, baby,
just find out.
playing with my balls.
I'll find out, and then email her?
Yes, please, if you could.
I'm sure her phone is always on. It's always on.
Be wonderful.
Kris Jenner, partner.
No. I want the mum, not the dad.
That is Kris Jenner.
Well, Chris is a man's name.
No, Chris with a K. Chris.
That's a gay man's name.
Kristen, her name is.
Kristen is not a name. Kristen is not a name. Kristen.
Yeah, it is. Corey Gamble, that's who she's with, long-time boyfriend.
Ah, I see.
But they have split several times in their 4-year romance. Who is Corey Gamble and what is his net worth? Rumoured fiancé, works with Justin Bieber, 25-year age gap.
You do know that we're on the radio.
What? I thought you were interested in this stuff now.
Well, yeah, but
were you doing a thing? Do you not care about these people at all?
I care about the lady. I want to go out with the lady.
I'm scoping her out for you, mate.
Okay, well, this rap singer.
He's not a rap singer. He works with Bieber.
Okay, all right.
I don't think he raps with Bieber. Bieber does his own rapping, as far as I know.
Okay, well, what's
tour manager.
Okay, here we go. She's off again.
38. He's a fine-looking man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm
going to find out whether he's.
I'm close to 38, and she's. How old is she?
She is
52.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Just hold on. Not that it matters if it's
You're listening to the Google show.
She's 63.
This would be a great idea for a radio show.
It's nearly her birthday.
This is a great idea for a radio show, the Google Hour, right? Where people phone up, right? It's like the Mystery Hour, but you're allowed to Google stuff. People phone up and say, I just wondered...
So it's the opposite of the Mystery Hour.
What's the heaviest whale there's ever been? And I would then go, right, hang on a second. What's the heaviest whale in the world? Okay. And that is it's a Balaenoptera musculus, and it's a maximum recorded weight of 173 tons.
That is a big one.
Thanks, Ian, bye! Okay, let's go to line 2. What's your question? I just wanted to know how many different shades of brown there are. Not a problem. Let's have a look. How many different shades of brown are there? Let's have a look. There are 7... Oh, no. The X11 colour list of web colours lists 17 different shades of brown, but the complete list of browns is much longer. And then you'd kind of... Actually, how many different shades of brown are there?
I'm intrigued now.
I'm intrigued. The colour brown... if you go too brown, it goes orange.
Yeah. Do you consider terracotta brown?
Additional variations of brown. Beaver, beige and buff, burnt umber, chestnut, chocolate, khaki, kombucha. Beaver
brown?
Beaver brown. Beaver is a shade of brown representative of the colour of a beaver. See, this is interesting.
But how many different shades of beaver are there?
I'm
going to Google that.
First recorded use of a beaver as...
My God! Well.
I think it's a really good idea, and you've demeaned it by making it sexual. You always demean it by making it sexual. Beaver brown. If that's not the name of a porn star.
No, it's a bit too close to Eva Brown. They won't go there.
Oh, dear.
They wouldn't, would they?
Let's end the first hour on Nazis.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I'm embarrassed by my anger, ashamed of my misery. I could blame it on the state of the world, but it really all comes down to me. I don't know where to put it, need another outlet. Why the hell can't I make peace? What the hell is wrong with me? I don't wanna be another loaded weapon, trying just to shoot my way to heaven. I don't wanna be another human racist, living just to justify my hatred. All it does is keep me in a cage, keep me in a rage. I'm burning through a thick-sized stick of sage, trying to put that demon in its place. I'm sick of feeling anxious, I'm tired of feeling loneliness. When I can't see a smile in the world, I've given into hopelessness. Am I a part of the solution, or am I just a problem? Why the hell can't I be free? What the hell is haunting me? I don't wanna be another loaded weapon, trying just to shoot my way to heaven. I don't wanna be another human racist, but just to justify my hatred. All it does is keep me in a cage, keep me in a rage. I'm burning through a thick-sized stick of sage, trying to put that demon in its place. Oh, giving my apology, 'cause I don't wanna be another loaded weapon, trying just to shoot my way to heaven. I don't wanna be another human racist, living just to justify my hatred. Keep me in a cage, keep me in a rage.
Here we go.
I'm burning through a thick side.
03444991000. Imani Coppola, that's from The Protagonist. Just tweeted a link for it. You can get it on Bandcamp, get it on iTunes.
I'm burning through a thick-sized stick of sage, try to put the demon in its place.
That's the clean version of that.
I know.
That's the clean version of that. 0344 excuse me, 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Tom, do as your dad says. Your dad Rich is a cool guy. Okay, he's a cool guy. Do as he says, man, for crying out loud, boy. Otherwise we'll send you up a chimney. There we go. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Switchboard is empty at the moment, which, you know what, I'm kind of cool with that. Oh, so I want to compile a list of fighting songs. Let me get a pen. Let me see what we can do. Fighting songs. Right. We're going to take it in turns, Kath, and then when we run out, the listeners can call in, okay?
Right.
So I'll go first. Elton John, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, which you made me play on the piano the other day. I
didn't make you.
Kath came round to my house, I have a piano. I've not played it for ages. I thought,
and I said, how's the piano going?
And I went, I'll show you. I sat down at the piano, I said, name a song, any song. And you went, Saturday Night is All Right for Fighting. And I played it note for note.
Well.
Perfect.
Well.
No, don't give me. Shut up. You were very impressed.
Oh, is that what my face was doing?
Tomorrow I'm going to record me playing it, right? I can't even play the piano.
Really?
Get me a piano now. Is there a piano anywhere in this building? Is there a piano up in Virgin? Or down in Virgin? I don't know where Virgin is. I will play it. I will play Saturday Night is All Right for Fighting. And the listeners will go, fair play. That is actually a lot better than I thought. I could fight on a Saturday night to that.
Yeah. Anyway, Kung Fu Fighting.
Okay. You got, who was that by?
By
Andre Walker, wasn't it? Kung Fu Fighting.
Andre Walker?
No,
not Andre. Here?
Not Andre Walker. Craig Charles.
Everybody was Kung Fu Fighting.
Everybody was Kung Fu Fighting, especially the poor women who should have voted for Brexit, but instead they were having abortions. Craig. That's not a bad impression, is it?
No, we're both quite good at him, I think.
I'm better.
Well, you've got the added extra.
Yes, the anger. Craig David and Kung Fu Fighting. All right. Yeah. My turn.
Was it not Carl?
Carl Douglas. There we go. Carl Douglas. Okay. My fighting song.
Oh, I've got a great one.
Oh, this is harder than I thought. Let me think. Fighting. This is actually quite tough. I thought this would be easy to rattle a few of these off. Okay, one by The Who. Their cover of Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to think of something original.
Yeah.
Which is by Cheryl Cole, and it's called Fight for This Love.
Oh, that's about when she assaulted the
it's not.
woman in the toilets.
No, it's not. It's about how she was never going to get divorced from
she did.
Cole, Mr. Cole.
Fight for this love. Cheryl Cole. Okay. You gotta fight for the right
to party.
Okay. Beastie Boys. Do you know where they get the name Beastie Boys from?
Their mother was
bestiality.
Really?
That's what they were into back in New York in the mid-80s.
Stop it.
True. Early 80s. Early 80s there was a bestiality scene.
Gosh.
Yeah. Gosh. It's true.
Is that before Rudy Giuliani cleared the place up?
Rudy Giuliani came and cleaned up New York City.
And then the joke of films where people go to New York City was lost because people were nice in shops and they weren't just told to F off out of here. Go back to where you came from. Although that's starting again now, obviously.
What's the...
My turn.
Work on the dogs.
Living on a Prayer.
Is there any fighting in that? Johnny used to work on the dogs. Man all night. And he came and he saw my love.
What?
Oh. What does it mean working on the dogs? Was
docks.
It like in a gambling?
Docks. The docks. He's a docker.
The doctors?
No.
He's a doctor. He's not a doctor.
No, a
Johnny was working at the doctors.
No.
I don't think so.
No. Docks. You go by the river.
Absolute idiot.
Bloody hell.
He used to, is it greyhound racing?
No.
Johnny used to work on the dogs.
Docks with a CK. Docs.
He's not a doctor.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay.
My turn.
Okay.
Tina Turner. I don't really wanna fight no more.
It's not a song.
Yeah, it is.
You've made it up.
Yeah.
By the way, Greg.
So it's called Time for Letting Go, I think.
By the way, very exciting news. We're going to have a Shwaddy Waddy correspondent update any minute now. Greg is champing at the bit. He's champing at the bit.
Which bit?
Exactly, the bit between the teeth. And so, Greg, we're going to have that very soon. I'm looking forward to that. I watched the video of Shwaddy Waddy the other day.
Stop stalling. Fight.
Fight. Oh! I'm a street fighting man!
What's that called?
Street fighting man!
You just made that up?
No, it's the Rolling Stones, mate.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend.
Fighting a song.
Yeah.
It's not a fighting song.
It's mentioning fighting.
No, it's not songs that mention fighting, it's songs about fighting.
We can work it out because they are fighting.
They're arguing.
Yeah, fighting.
Americans
would call it fight.
All right, we'll have that. Beatles.
Thank you.
Beatles. We can work it out.
We can whack it out.
We can whack it out. 03444991000 if you want to contribute to that little bit of fun.
It was a little bit of fun.
It was a little bit of fun there.
What's next?
What should we do? Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. Then we
What,
come
a week
back.
this time or just a day?
Just a quick advert break. Then when we
Okay.
come back, we're gonna really take this show to the next level. This is Talk Radio.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to a record all day long.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad.
Oh no!
Just have a little bit of water. That's all right. Do you know what I was thinking? Thinking of doing it after midnight. Something you said in the lift.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it was you said, but it was your idea. Or you said something and it prompted I think you actually said, let's do an hour of nothing on the radio or something. Quiet.
Bit of peace and quiet.
And I was thinking of doing it after midnight, but maybe we do it now. We've got a couple of calls lined up. We've got, I'll tell you what, let's do this, because this is actually very, very important. Let's do something very, very important. Let's get some business out of the way. Sorry, I'm not, okay, so we've got Greg coming up, which means we go like this. Now it's time for our Shwaddy Waddy correspondent update with the fantastic
Greg.
Our favourite correspondent,
Greg.
Shall I just get on with it?
Love these. These are the highlights.
Do you know what I love?
Yeah.
The enthusiasm, the vigour and the natural flair, because he's talking about something he's absolutely passionate about.
I tell you what was funny today is on Twitter, he was joking about handing in his correspondent thing, and he wanted to quit, and
even though Shwaddy Waddy is his life.
yeah.
Gosh.
It's the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
We've sent in an award tape to the Arsias. What are they called? Arsias.
The Arias.
The Arias. And
our mailbag is bulging with people saying, what's the latest on Shwaddy Waddy? When's that guy coming back on? He's amazing.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Richard Arnold off the telly.
Yeah. And so we've just sent in a compilation of Greg's best updates, which is all of them.
Obviously.
So Greg, we're looking forward to this, buddy. And you know what? We've even got a bit of this for you.
Angel eyes, pretty little angel eyes, pretty little angel, pretty little angel, pretty little angel.
Angel eyes, you know I love you so. Angel eyes. Oh, maybe not yet. There we go. Angel eyes, you know I love you so. Angel eyes, I'm never gonna let you go, because I love you, thy little angel eyes. Little angel eyes. Angel eyes, you know I love you so. Angel eyes, I'm never gonna let you go, because I love you, my darling angel eyes. I love you, angel, my angel eyes. I love you, angel, pretty angel eyes. I love you, angel, angel eyes. I love you, angel, 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 angel eyes.
It doesn't go like that.
Oh, angel eyes. You know I love you so. Angel eyes. I'm never gonna let you go because I love you, my darling angel eyes. Instrumental.
Pretty little angel eye. Pretty little angel eye.
Yeah.
Pretty little angel, pretty little angel, pretty little angel.
Do the update now, Greg, over the sax solo. Go on, buddy.
Oh, you finished? I nearly did a caddick then and fell asleep. Right, you ready for it? It's a bit of a long-winded one.
You just made it longer. Crack
Okay,
on.
hang on.
Okay.
Angel eyes, you missed the instrumental. Oh, how I love you so, you missed it. Angel eyes, I'm never gonna let you go. Why? Because I love you, my darling angel eyes. Oh, eyes, you've got eyes, you've got eyes. Angel eyes, you know I love you so. Angel eyes, I'm never gonna let you go, because I love you, because you've got eyes. Your eyes are in a box under the floorboards.
What's that song called then?
That's called You've Got Eyes. Greg, let's get the update, buddy.
I'll take it that as a Schwaddy Waddy song, because I ain't got a clue.
I love his dark, very dark sense of humour. Macabre.
I know.
Very macabre.
It's very well
Go on,
written.
Greg, go on, buddy. Loving it.
Right, I was walking to work last week, one morning.
Yes, mate.
And
Singing, no doubt, whistling, Angel Eyes to yourself.
No. I passed the little boy. He's about 8, 9 years old. He's off to
He's old? He's 9 years old?
It's about 8 or 9 years old. And he stopped me. He said, hang on. Here, mister. Are you actually who does this Waddy Waddy on the radio?
Oh, he's famous.
I said, yeah. He said, well, I think you're rubbish, but my granddad thinks you're sick.
Oh.
I don't know what... I've never been called vomit before, so I don't know if that's good or bad, but...
Greg, I want to tell you that I love you, and I want you to be my girl. Let's walk, let's talk, under the Greg of love, the Greg of love. Away you go, buddy.
Right, so... But he said to me, but... Shorty Waddy, what a funny name. What's it all about anyway?
You sound like Charlie Drake when you do that voice.
Hello, my darling.
So I said...
And I want you to be my girl. Let's walk, let's talk, under the moon of Greg, the moon of Greg. Away you go, Greg.
So I said, well, I don't really know. So later on, when I got home, I did a bit of research.
Yes.
I did a lot of research on what the name Shwaddy Waddy actually meant.
Be beautiful, yeah.
I spent, must have been 4, maybe 5 or more minutes
Yep, wow.
Googling to see where they got their name.
Greg, 1 second. I want to tell you that I love you, and I want you to be my girl. Let's walk, let's talk, under the moon of Greg, the moon of Greg. Away you go, buddy.
And this is what I found.
Okay.
Well, at first I thought they got their name from the word waddy, which is an Australian Aboriginal...
It means jism, doesn't it? Waddy? You catch your waddy.
It could well be in your world, but in Australia...
That I love you, and I want you to be my girl. Let's walk, let's talk, under the moon of Greg, the moon of Greg.
But in Australia, it's actually a Aboriginal war club.
Okay, yeah.
That's the weapon, not a chocolate with a lot of biscuit on it, or a biscuit with a lot of chocolate on it. But
that's a very old-fashioned reference.
Did they get it from that? That'd be quite cool. But no, I had to delve even deeper.
Greg, can I just pause you for 1 second, mate? Is that all right?
Yeah.
I want to tell you. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, no. I want to... No. Here we go. No, it's fine. Here we go.
Now.
I want to tell you.
No.
Anyway, Greg, yes, just get on with the bloody update, please,
I'm
Provert.
trying to.
Otherwise I'm going to Provert my fist up your butthole.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Probably made my day. Anyway, I delved even deeper into it. I went into the dark web.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God, why? No, retract.
Find out the truth where the Shawaddy Waddy name came
Yes,
from.
and?
This is what I found.
Yes?
Well, not a lot really, but apparently before they were known as Shawaddy Waddy,
Yes.
they had a song where the word Shawaddy Waddy was part of the backing vocals.
Yes.
And somebody in the band thought, oh, that sounds good, the word Shawaddy Waddy.
Yes.
The name. That's it.
That was the Shawaddy Waddy correspondent update with our Shawaddy Waddy correspondent.
Great.
That's
great.
What a man. What a man. That guy knows how to tell a tale.
Well, I mean, he can take some quite boring facts and make them mildly interesting.
Well,
that's the skill of it, isn't
I
it?
look forward to hearing that when he does. Let's go to Kat. Good evening, Kat.
Good evening.
Good evening, Kat. You sound tiny.
Do I?
You do.
I don't know. I'm 5'4". I'm not that tiny.
Oh, you are. Is quite well. With respect.
No, that's a decent height.
With respect, that is quite wee.
Nope.
Oh, it depends what you compare it to.
That's an excellent point you make. Thank you, Kat. What can we do for you this evening?
Well, I'm driving. I'm a DJ. I've just finished.
A fun one.
I'm driving home, and I heard you were talking about fight songs.
Fight songs.
I
Yes.
have some for you.
Go on. Go on.
So there's one called "Fight Song" by Kelly Clarkson.
There is.
Fight song. There we go. Beautiful. Look at Catherine with her arms behind her head as though she thought of it herself.
She's talking my language, Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly
all the popular hits.
Is Kelly Clarkson the one about if you
Free about my rights.
Okay. Is Kelly the Clarkson the song one about bleeding?
No.
Who's that? Keep bleeding.
Leona Lewis.
Keep bleeding.
They were both X Factor kind of winners. She was
They were.
American Idol.
American X Factor.
Leona was X Factor.
American Britain's Got Talent.
Do you know, around the time I bought the first Kelly Clarkson album, I bought an album by a young woman called Stacey Orico, who was brilliant, and she's sort of disappeared, hasn't she?
They often do in the musical industry. It's a real tough business. Real tough business. I've got so much respect for anybody that's able to make a living out of music. What's your next song, Kat?
Well, it's not. I've got fight in it, but I predict a riot.
Well, I think a riot classifies as a fight.
Yeah,
or
definitely.
A fracas.
Yeah. Kaiser Chiefs when they were good. Their first album is great. Everything else, a load of old pony. I predict a riot. Yes, sir.
Maybe it's because he lost the weight, with the later albums, and maybe that was where.
I think it was. He was a normal sized fella at the start, and you thought, yeah, I'll have that.
Great music.
First album was great. Everything else, what are you doing, guys?
Well, he was a voice judge, wasn't he?
Yeah, I found him quite charming, and he didn't offend me. At the end of my view on him.
Next one I've got. It's not really a fight song, but it's got the word fight in it. Can't Fight the Moonlight.
No, Kat, this started off so well, but
Leanne Rimes.
The decline has been very rapid.
Well, I didn't know what your boundaries were, so
it's got to be a song about fighting.
The thing is,
what about
yes,
tough thumping? I get knocked down, but I get up again.
No,
you're never gonna keep. Tough thumping.
I love the fact. Go on.
Hold on. Let me argue this to you.
Okay. Let's hear the argument for Kat for tough thumping as to why it's Order!
Right, I put it to you, sir.
Yes.
That this is a double whammy because the group is called Tough Thumping, Fighting, and I get knocked down in a fight, but I'm going to get up again. So you've got a double whammy there.
Catherine, do you want to put her right? Because I do it too often and people think I'm the bad guy when really you're the B1TCH.
Objection.
Okay.
Factual inaccuracy. The group is Chumbawamba.
Oh, shit, it is, isn't it? Oh,
shit,
sorry.
it is.
Shit, it is.
And it is shit.
Sorry.
That's one of my least favourite songs ever.
Oh, it's a good song.
No, rubbish. If that comes on at a party, I'm in a grump.
No.
Likewise, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Not this one.
I don't usually play it, but if you play it when there's some sort of football match, it goes off.
Of course it goes off.
It is a great song. And you know Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Do you know who wrote it?
A girl who was wanting fun?
A bloke. Girls Just Want to Have Fun was written by a bloke. A bloke.
How little he understands of what girls actually want.
Sorry?
What was his name?
You tell me, Kat. You claim to be a DJ. You claim.
I just played the song.
What do you mean you just played a song?
You mean when you introduce him, you don't give a little bit of top trivia as people are getting their groove on?
People don't give it. They don't want to hear my voice. They just want to hear the music.
Oh.
They don't care about him. They don't care about me up there. They don't care.
But
yeah. I'm interested. I'm actually going to Google that when I get home, though, because I want to know who wrote it.
I'm going to tell you who wrote it. Hang on a second.
Thank you.
Robert Hazard. As far as I remember, Hazard is a man. Robert is a man's name. Robert Hazard wrote it.
Yeah. I believe you.
What do you mean? Don't you start as well? You look worse than Catherine. Yes, she's Googling it.
I want to find out more about this guy. He was an American musician known for composing and recording a demo of the song Girls Just Want to Have Fun, which Cyndi Lauper turned into a best-selling hit.
Thank you.
He also...
Did he write any? Yeah, what else did he write?
Composed...
He wrote I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar.
No, he didn't. He wrote some new wave and MTV songs, Escalator of Life and Change Reaction,
Here we go.
which he performed with his band Robert Hazard and the Heroes.
Hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mr. Robert Hazard singing his hit, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That's all right.
It's all right.
There you go, Kat. Robert Hazard for you. We've all learnt something.
I don't think I'm ever going to play that ever.
No, I don't think so, Kat. Listen, it's nice to talk to you. Drive safely home, please. There are idiots out there tonight. I know. I was one of those. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Order! I'm going to miss that weird, creepy, pervy-looking little pocket-sized weirdo and his giant wife.
She's not giant.
She's
just next
giant.
to him.
She's taller than me.
Is she?
She is taller than me. She's got hands bigger than my face. God. That's true. That's a true story. Let's talk to Nelly, and then we're gonna see where we're gonna go with the show. All right, Nels.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Catherine. You okay?
Yeah, good. Thanks, man. What you got for us?
I've got some fighting songs, but I'm not sure if you're going to be too happy with them.
Well, then you need to consider very, very seriously whether you want to continue with this or you just want to put the phone down and retain your dignity and our respect. It's up to you, mate. Just think. Would it help if I could get you some... Here's some thinking music. You got 30 seconds. Have a little think.
Ask yourself, is this really the hill you want to die on?
Nelly?
The Boxer.
I'll give you that. I'm going to give you that.
Well,
I'm giving him that. The Boxer is a boxer. In the corners, he actually has a fight. They describe a fight in the song. In the corner stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade. Though he needs no one beside him, he knows his fortune's made. He holds the gravel slowly within his piping hand. The dream is his alone to find the promised land.
I don't remember that bit.
Something like that. It's that kind of vibe, that kind of wordy, slightly pretentious vibe. And words may be slightly different.
Right.
Nelly, next one.
There's a Smith song called The Headmaster Rituals.
We will not allow anything by that racist on this radio show at all, sir. This is a safe place for all ethnicities.
But,
Catherine.
But I'm pretty sure they weren't all idiots in that
We
band.
don't know that for sure. Ma wrote a boring autobiography.
It wasn't boring.
The other two, we just don't know what they're up to. They could be tattooing swastikas into their arms as we speak.
But they did fall out with Morrissey, so...
Exactly. So if a racist falls out with a racist, does anybody hear it?
So yeah, the line I was going to quote is, he grabs and devours, he kicks me in the showers, referring to the teacher and the
Why don't you just quote, Das Mein Kampf to me or something? Why don't you quote that to me? Why don't you quote the Tommy Robinson bedtime book of stories for racist babies? Why don't you just quote that to me?
Fair point.
I had a racist baby.
Did you?
Yeah. I'm not telling you which one.
I know which one.
Yeah, you do. Next.
The last one, the Michael Jackson
I had a sexist
song.
baby. I had a
Which one?
sexist baby. You know which one.
I do actually, yeah. Terrible. Yes, no, Nellie's still there. Yes, Nellie.
Michael Jackson song, Beat It. Because about,
It's about fighting, isn't it?
Well,
It's about fighting.
It's about, I think the whole
Quoting
point of
a
it is...
racist and a nonce.
It is kind of a don't get involved song though, isn't it? Leave it, it's not worth it. That's the whole message of it.
Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. No one else to beat it, beat it.
No one wants to beat it.
You can have a fight now, you can go home, you can touch my will. Oh. Nelly, I'm not allowing any of those, and you're banned for calling in for the next 5 minutes. I hope that,
That's a lesson to you.
Okay. What you got for us, Boyley? What you got for us, Madam Boyle?
Do you remember when your tooth got pulled out and it was massive?
What?
Yeah, wisdom tooth.
Oh, my wisdom tooth. I'm having a little bit of trouble with that at the moment. Yeah, they pulled it out. It wasn't just massive, it was, but the root was hooked.
Yeah.
It wasn't straight, it was hooked. That's why it took so long. I keep getting bits of bone coming out still.
Is it the banyan tree that's got dangly roots?
I don't know what that is. With the banyan tree?
Yeah.
Isn't that the book by Enid Blyton?
No, that's a faraway tree. There's like a forest where it's all like trees that are kind of...
Chopped a tree down in my garden the other day. You're supposed to be planting trees to keep the earth propagating itself, and I cut down a tree because it was ruining my garden.
It's too spiky.
Cut a tree down. So my carbon footprint is massive. So I need to really... I really need to work on that.
Well, the amount of methane you're pumping out, I think you're fighting a losing battle.
Oh, okay, that's offensive.
A man has had the world's longest human tooth removed, entering the Guinness Book of Records in the process.
But he's Indian.
No, he's not.
Chinese.
No, he's not.
Okay, like Indonesian, that, you know what I mean?
No.
That kind of vibe.
Eastern European.
It's similar.
No. What, in that they're, foreign?
But do you know what I mean? It's like a type of foreign. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a man with a really long tooth.
Do you know what I mean, though? It's like a long tooth or fingernails. It's always Indian or Chinese or Eastern European.
Well, usually the Indian one is like a sort of mystical thing that they're doing, where they get fingernails so long that it start to look like quavers. Disgusting, I bet they stink. Patient Mijo Vodopija from Croatia.
Hang on a second. Do that name again?
Mijo Vodopija. Vodopija. From Croatia. Had the nearly 4 centimetre long tooth removed by dentist Dr. Max Lucas at a clinic in the German city of Mainz in September after complaining of severe pain. Dr. Lucas said, "The patient presented with swelling in his mouth." He added, "The tooth looked really long on the x-ray. It was unbelievable." The tooth had to be removed immediately as no other treatment was possible. Infection was found in the tooth as well and would have led to complications if it wasn't removed.
Can I just got some, how do I do breaking news? Like proper breaking news?
Oh.
I'm just reading this online, so I don't know how true this is, but people are saying, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger is a fighting song. It's definitely used, it's the Eye of the Tiger, it's the thrill of the fight.
Rising up to the challenge of our rivals.
Thank you, everybody. I'm so sorry to break in with that serious news flash. Catherine, I think you can pick up where you were. Thank you. Thank you so much, Catherine.
More on that.
Thank you so, can I just say this, and I hope this isn't patronising. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much, love.
Stop.
Thank you, sweetheart.
No.
Thanks, babes.
Oh, God.
Thank you, baby girl.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
Thank you, my little fudge muffin.
Your what now?
Thank you, my pumpkin pie.
Oh my God.
No, seriously, thank you, sweetheart.
Stop it.
Thank you, love.
Stop being a dick.
There's a good girl. Huh? What? I'm just complimenting a female member of the team who just happens to also, as well as being female, is a bird. That's it. Congratulations. Thank you, my darling. Good work. You're looking... Can I just say this as well? Someone will jump on this and say this is sexist. It's not.
It will be me.
You look flipping hot tonight. Four.
Thanks, Spunky Trunks. Now Guinness World Records has confirmed the man holds the record for having the longest human tooth extracted, measuring 3.72 centimetres. That's 1.46 inches if you're old-fashioned. The man was given his certificate this week after the dentist...
Certificate? Did he get a sticker?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, fair play.
I would wear... Would you? I would. This looks like a tusk. Look at the state of that.
Yeah, but I think that picture's enlarged. It's the size of the screen. I think if you zoom out a bit, it gets closer to the actual size. Just show me.
I've seen stuff like that. Unfortunately, chopped off elephants' faces.
They used to make, and we know this, we've discussed this, dildos out of tusks.
Yeah, and out of whalebone. I told you about that.
That's why they call it a boning, because it used to be the full title. I'm going to give you a good whale boning, and that was back in the Victorian era. Was a compliment. It's like, oh, prithee, sir, prithee, doth thou spoilest me? And a Christmas present, I'm going to give you a good whale boning.
What?
It's all true. It's all. Are you googling it? It's all. Oh, prithee, sir, doth spoileth me. With thouist whale boning, Victorian times.
I read a fascinating book last year called The Heart of the Sea.
Okay.
Right? Which is about the whaling industry.
Yeah.
It says you say industry. It was a lot. It was crazy behaviour that was going on in Nantucket, 200 years ago, 1820. This crew set off to catch a whale and get its oil and all that stuff. And they were normally gone for months and months and months, but this lot didn't come back for ages, and it transpired they'd been completely lost. They'd gone off he ended up in two little boats, completely drifted apart from each other, and when one of the boats was found, very, very thin men on there, the last survivors of the crew, and in their pockets,
dildos.
Human finger bones that they'd been nibbling on.
For butt plugs?
No. But
well, what has this got to do with anything we're talking about?
Because if you up the chimneys of the wives...
Is that a euphemism?
Yes. The wives in Nantucket, they would keep marital aids made out of whale bones when their husbands were away.
But why would you not keep...
Fact. Because they didn't have...
why would you not put it in your bedside cabinet?
I don't think they had them in those days.
Why would you not wear it around your neck like I do with mine?
They were big.
Let's talk to a good friend of the show, Tony. Good evening, Tony.
Hi, Ian. I've got one fight on for you, and I'm surprised it hasn't been mentioned.
Yep.
Survivor, Eye of the Tiger.
Literally, what is going... What's going on with these people? We've literally just had it about 5 minutes ago, Tone.
No, sorry, mate. I've been driving, mate, so I never heard it.
Tony,
did you know a bit of trivia for you?
Yeah, go on.
Did you know what song that replaced?
Say that again.
Do you know what song that replaced?
Oh, in the film. Yeah, do you know what? I do. I can't think what it is. Go on.
Queen, Another One Bites the Dust.
Sylvester
Stallone wanted that, and Queen said no. So they got Survivor to write that one for them.
Queen's history with movies is patchy.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon, stinker, and also Highlander, stinker.
I like both those films.
But they're not good films, whereas Rocky... Is it Rocky 2, Eye of the Tiger, or Rocky 3?
Rocky 3.
With Mr. T.
With Mr. T and what have you.
With Mr. T and what have you.
Yeah, the punching and the fighting.
That's Hulk Hogan, wasn't it?
That's a great film, Rocky 3.
But I find them all good. They're all brilliant films.
I've only seen 3. I think I bailed at... no, I must have seen Ivan. I've met Ivan Drago. But
you've met him?
Oh, God, yeah. Tony, when I was doing Good Morning Britain once, he was there. What's his name? Dolph Lundgren. He was there. And I very rarely do I do this because I'm a professional, but I went up and said... Because I saw he was very friendly. I said, Dolph, can I get a picture? Of course you can. Whatever I don't know. He speaks out of an American accent,
Probably,
I think. Yeah. And I got a picture with him. I'll have to see if I can... may not be on that phone. I'll find it. He was lovely.
Oh, well jealous, mate. He's very switched on, that fella, you know. He's got all sorts of qualifications. I think it's something like a physicist or something daft like that.
He's a bright guy. He's beautiful. And also, Tony, because, like I said, rarely do I go up to, when you're working, very rarely will I go up to a celebrity and say, is it right to get a picture? But I saw someone else do it with him, and I saw that he was lovely, right? And for a Hollywood star to be okay with people on a TV set coming up and getting a picture. And once I did it, loads of people did, and everyone said, yeah, sure, of course, where do you want me? That's so rare. That's so rare.
That is brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant when they're like that.
Absolute class. I'll see if I can dig out the picture, Tony. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the late-night alternative with that man, Iain Lee. On Talk Radio.
Got a little bit of lippy on your... It's like... I thought you had it as blood.
Yeah.
Dripping down, but, it's not, it's just badly done lippy. No, don't look at the... You won't see it there, because that will show you the side of your face. Look, I've got a growing hair there.
Neither of us are perfect. Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you look like, the Joker.
I am the Joker. I don't know what that means.
Not in this pair, you're not. Let's go. I don't feel, apart from the first hour with Imani, I don't feel the show's really taken off yet. We can do better. We can do better. Our friend Simon's going to help us take this to extraordinary levels. Good evening, Simon.
That's a big build-up, Ian. I'm not sure.
Very big build-up, but we can do this. What you got for us, buddy?
Some fight songs.
Here we go. Let's have it.
I don't think you've had these, but I might be wrong. REO Speedwagon, Can't Fight This Feeling.
Can't Fight This Feeling? Yeah, I'm going to have that. I'm going to have that. Sorry?
Are we fighting feelings, or I thought it had to be sustained bruising?
No, we had your We Can Work It Out. So yeah, we're having that. What is it called? Can't Fight the Feeling. This feeling.
Yeah, it's called.
Why didn't you have Can't Fight the Moonlight then?
Because you suggested it, and you can't fight.
I never. She did.
Who did?
Cat.
You can't fight Moonlight.
What about feelings?
You can fight feelings.
Can you?
Yeah. Oh, I hate you, but I must get on with you at work. See, if I thought that.
You're fighting that feeling, Ian.
Hang on a minute. Where are you going? What are you doing? Keep out of this, Simon. What's your beef?
I mean, first you're calling me love and darling and all that stuff.
Come on, baby.
Now that...
Yes, I'm... Baby, God, I realised I crossed the line there. Come on, baby. Oh, baby, you're baby. Oh, I'm Austin Powers. Groovy, baby. Shagadelic. Oh, it's so shagadelic, baby.
You sound like,
Oh, yeah, touch me there, baby. Touch me in the morning, baby. Shagadelic.
You sound like George from Rainbow.
Oh, Jeffrey, shagadelic.
I know, it's Zippy, innit?
Oh, Jeffrey, touch me there, Jeffrey. Give me a blowy, Jeffrey.
Oh, stop it. That was never said.
Yes, Simon.
Carl Douglas, Kung Fu Fighting.
Mate, we've had that. That's the second song. One more, and you're out.
Okay. Spandau Ballet, Fight for Our Souls.
Yeah, Fight for Our Souls by Spandau Ballet. That's an unusual... But I suppose it was like the gay liberation, wasn't it? So you did actually have to fight for our souls back in those days. Fight. Hang on.
Another one, very obscure B-side.
Oh, stop it.
Yes, sir.
Fleetwood Mac supposedly did a song, Somebody's Going to Get Their Head Kicked In Tonight. Now, it's a B-side, but what a great title for a song.
Did they really?
It sounds like them.
Somebody's going to get their head kicked in tonight.
Is that one of them hinting at the other one like they did in Rumours?
Here we go.
I don't know.
What era? I bet this would be 60s.
70s, is it 70s?
Here we go. It's the B-side of Man of the World. Well, let's just stay there. Let's have a little listen. Hang on. This is great! Yes, man! Mate, we'll have that. That's right at the top of the list. Thank you, Simon.
Cheers,
thank you, mate. That was great. I've never heard that. B-side of Man of the World. Let's go to Alistair. Good evening, Alistair.
Oh, evening, guys. Yeah.
Evening, guys, and...
Yeah.
We're all feeling a bit mellow tonight, Alice. A little bit mellow. Halloween. I was hoping that it was promised to me earlier in the day that David Babcock would phone up and would conduct a live séance on the show tonight. Sam, has David Babcock phoned up? He's shaking his head. So shame on David Babcock, our very own ex-ghost expert, has disappointed us. No séance on Halloween.
Maybe he's been entered at home.
It's possibly. It's
unavailable.
Maybe he's got some housework to...
Vacuum.
Exactly. Alistair, what have you... If anyone can do a séance for us, 03444991000. Alistair, what have you got for us, please?
I had a bit of a setback today, Ian.
Uh-oh.
I got a letter.
Okay, letters.
From my solicitor.
Yeah.
And something that I did in the middle of my madness.
Yeah.
Back in January.
Yes.
I'm being informed that the police are going to issue me with a summons.
Okay, all right.
So it was like, it just knocked me sideways for a bit, really.
Of course it did.
Because I thought, took me back to that, and I thought, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry for swearing.
That's all right. That's a big old thing.
Yeah, so I've been all right. I mean, I went to a meeting tonight, so that was.
Did you share it in the meeting?
I didn't actually, because we had a newcomer, and a lot of the shares are about welcoming them and supporting them.
I would never tell you what to share, but for anyone else, it is appropriate. The part of the message is that we carry as addicts and alcoholics. Part of the message is that we have to clean up our mess that we made when we were drunk and when we were high, and that sounds like what you're gonna have to do. What you don't have to tell us what it was that you did, but so a summons. That means going to court.
Yeah.
Right. And what's the worst that could happen? Do you reckon? Could you go to prison for it?
Potentially, although I did speak to my solicitor on the phone, and they thought because I've got me nearly 6 months sober, that would stand me in good stead.
It will, definitely will.
So, and I suppose with the other side of it, from the reading of doing and everything, you just really put it in the back of my mind, because I've had nothing from the police yet, and I can't do anything about it. So just try and deal with it, and just get on day by day.
This is the thing. Keep it in the day. Try and hand it over as much as you can. Serenity prayer is great. And this is going to be an excellent opportunity for you. I don't know where you are in the steps, but this is going to be an excellent opportunity for an 8 and a 9, possibly.
Yeah.
Making amends, man. Making amends. Facing up. This is one of the terrifying, but also one of the great things that we have to do in recovery is we got to confront the mess that we made when we were using and drinking. We got to confront that mess and go, yep, I did that. What's the punishment? What can I do to make amends on this? And the fact that you've got 6 months sober, and you can say, freely in court if you choose to, you don't have to, but I'm going to X number of meetings, I've got a sponsor, I'm working a program. The judges, and I don't know if it's a judge or a magistrate, they look at that stuff really seriously, and they really take that on board.
Well, they do. I mean, if you remember last time, the judge was extremely good with me and said that the mitigating circumstances which stopped me going to prison was exactly the fact that I'd got 4 months of, going to the meetings and seeing a counsellor.
Can I ask, and I don't want to know details. I don't want to know details.
No, ask ahead.
The thing that you are going to be summoned for now, would you say it's worse or not as bad as the other thing you were in court for?
I would probably say not as bad, really.
Okay. You're going to be all right. But I'm also aware you might have weeks, possibly months of this kind of hanging over your head, and that in itself is the punishment, isn't it?
Yeah, I know that, and what I try and what I try and do to address it is just, like you said, I mean, keep it in the day. I read a little bit of the big book every day as well, and I go to 3 meetings a week, so. I've got those tools at hand, and I'll continue to use them. And I've made some great friends, you know, in the meetings as well. So I am very grateful for all that, because that is a wonderful thing in my life.
Here's the weird thing for those that people that haven't ever been to, and I go to a slightly different fellowship. Alistair, when we're saying he goes to AA, I tend to go to NA. I found that much more helpful for me, because my problem was primarily drugs. But the number of times I've had a weird problem that has come up as a result of anything, actually, but because of my drugs or whatever, a legal thing or a personal thing or whatever, and I've shared it in a meeting, and I've thought, I don't want to share it, and I've shared it in a meeting. The number of times, Alistair, someone has come up to me at the end of the meeting and said, just that thing you shared there, it's really brave you said that. This happened to me a couple of years ago, not exactly the same, but it's similar, and just to let you know, it was alright, you'll get through it. That happens all the time, man. You think that you're the first person to do something. I think I'm the first person to do something, and in some ways it's a little bit disappointing to find out that I'm not unique and that I'm treading the path that loads of my brothers and sisters have trod before me already.
I mean, that's it.
Share it, man. Share it.
Get the similarities, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Similarities.
Listen to the similarities, not the differences.
Yeah. I've got a very tenuous fight song. I think you'll reject this.
This is what we like. Optimism. This is what we want from our listeners. Optimism. Go on, you got 30 seconds. Go on.
All right. It's I've forgotten the hell myself.
I'm going to reject it if you don't say it. Definitely.
There's one I googled. Fight song by Marilyn Manson.
Oh.
We have not had that one. We've not had that
one. One called Fight Song, but not by Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
Quite a different artist.
It's on there, Alistair. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. We enter the last hour of the show. I'm desperate for a wee. And maybe we do that thing of going a bit quiet for the last hour.
There's
a lot of noise in my head. A lot of noise in the world at the moment. So we'll come back, we'll play a nice song, and we'll go quiet for an hour. I think we can get away with that. If you want to give us a call, 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Down.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
If ever you lose your mind, I will know where to find it. I'll keep it somewhere close to my heart. So when you're ready to think straight, just come to me. I'll give you a little piece, and then I'll let you be. If ever you run out of time, I will give you some of mine. I got minutes, hours, days, and nights. Take all that you need to gather speed for the flight. Hold on tight, bumpy ride. Let me take a look outside my lighthouse. You're only looking at blue skies while you're feeling the sunshine. If we take a walk inside your nightmare, we're gonna get all the bad guys while we're laughing at good times. If ever you lose your faith, I'll read you my namesake. Just close your eyes and call my name. There's no more clouds up, down. The storm is over now. Goodbye, rain on the window pane. If ever you lose your way, I will be the light of day. I see you to where you're going safely. I've got one eye on you. I've got Losing all our heroes to suicide. It's a shame, cause who really wants to die? We just want to experience weightlessness, free from gravity. We all try to achieve this weightlessness. It's ultimately what makes us closer to the ground, puts us in our early grave. Heavy and heavy, heavy, life is heavy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Please don't kill yourself today. Don't kill yourself. Hey, any day it's all gonna be heavy, 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 heavy. It's gonna be okay, yeah. Heavy, 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 heavy. It's gonna be okay, yeah. Heavy, heavy.
It's Imani Coppola. I love it. I love it. Protagonist, iTunes, you get the usual, you know, the usual places you want to get stuff. So what were you saying in the lift, Boyley? I can't remember what the conversation... Lee, by the way, it's Catherine Boyle. Yeah. Sam is answering your calls. We're going to change things a little bit for the last hour, but you're still welcome to call in 0344 499 1000. I
think we were talking about the President of the United States appearance on LBC and how everything is so shouty these days.
It was a real... I tweeted something very specific today, because I knew people would misunderstand it. So I was in fact, let me read it, because I was very precise with my words. I'm not always that precise with my words on Twitter. I try and be precise with my words on the air, but 3 hours a night, 15 hours a week, I'm going to make mistakes and say things that aren't quite exactly what I mean. But, so I tweeted, basically, Nigel Farage on LBC, never listened before, can't stand the man. Never listened, but he had Donald Trump on, right? So I listened to a bit, and I tweeted, to be fair, LBC having Farage interview Trump is a massive radio coup. Mm-hmm. So that is a statement of fact. That's not an opinion. That, you could debate it slightly, I suppose, but it's pretty much a statement of fact. To be fair, LBC having Farage interview Trump is a massive radio coup. And I phrased it like that, factual, because I knew that people wouldn't get it. A lot of people did. A lot of you did. I'm going to lower my voice a bit because this is what this last hour is about. A lot of you did, but a significant number of people didn't. You can't call it a coup. They're friends. It's still a radio coup, whether they know each other.
Here's the thing. For his bosses, it's like Christmas has come already.
Oh, God. You couldn't do it next week. Couldn't do it this time next week, because Farage won't be on air next week because of Purda. Loads of people saying it wasn't an interview, it was two blokes licking each other's bums.
Exactly.
I didn't pass any comment on the content, and I didn't pass any comment on the politics of either man. Very specifically stated, having Farage interview Trump is a massive radio coup. And it is. It's huge. I listened to a show that I guess he's been on there 3 years, I'm going to guess. And I'd never listened before. I listened to 15 minutes of it. So it worked. It worked. And it was actually, I found it fascinating. Not because it gave us any great political insight. It didn't, obviously. Not because I felt not because I felt I better understood the man. Actually, I feel I did better understand the man. I always find people who speak in the third person fascinating. And I'd never heard, I found what I heard of it, I found really, really interesting. But by the by, you poor old Eamon Holmes up against that. You could feel people switching over to listen to that. Whatever guest you've got on, whatever great phoning you're doing in this business, you can't go up against that and hope to win. And on a drive time show, that's massive. Mm-hmm. That's a breakfast kind of President of the United States you ain't going to get. But if you are, it was a big old thing. But it kind of made both Catherine and I think that everything is so noisy.
Well, because people are so quick to read what they think they think they know what the argument is. Everyone's ready to say, this is right, this is wrong, he's good, he's bad. You're cancelled.
Yeah.
Rather than actually just taking a little moment to consider that maybe the world isn't quite as cut and dry.
So we thought for the last hour of the show, we'd kind of go quiet. Now, not 100% sure what that means.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we're not taking calls, does it?
Take calls. But I think we're going to try and be a little bit softer for the next 50 minutes. It's only 50 minutes now. It's already 10 minutes of it are gone. We might have moments of silence. Use that as you want, whether you want to switch off. You might want to do... But by the way, this ain't going to do our ratings any good whatsoever. But sometimes you got to do what makes you happy.
Also, with the late night alternative, and everyone's yammering on all the time.
So here's how we can call in 03444991000 is the phone number. We might play a little bit of music or something, I don't know. But you mentioned Obama, and here's this thing, and I didn't really watch the video, but Obama did a piece. Why do we still call presidents after they're not presidents
They're
anymore?
always, I think.
Isn't it funny that?
Mm-hmm. Unless they get impeached, I'd imagine.
Nixon was still President Nixon.
Was he?
He wasn't impeached, was he? He stepped down. But he was still...
What about Clinton?
He was impeached, but he wasn't upheld.
Right.
He's still President Clinton.
Okay.
Barack Obama yesterday tore into woke culture and notions of purity in an apparent warning to liberal factions amid a tense Democratic race to challenge Trump in 2020. Barack said... This idea of... here we go. And this is interesting. I retweeted someone.
Yeah, I retweeted the clip of him doing
No, I retweeted another thing. Let me find the little clip the line I retweeted. Twitter is recommending to me some great American comedians, because I follow Neil Hamburger. I had a chat with Neil Hamburger tonight. Really, really lovely. He was asking how the show was going and stuff. So I retweeted... This was great. So I got just bear with me a second, because this kind of ties in. This last hour is going to be a little bit all over the shop, which some of you are really, really going to dig, and some of you are not going to dig, and that is absolutely fine. Here we go. I'm coming to it. Oh no, I think I deleted loads of my tweets. So I haven't got it. Anyway, it was someone saying, it was a comedian saying, I can't stand all this woke culture, and people pretending they've never done anything wrong. We've all done stuff in the past that wrong. What is important is acknowledging it and becoming better. In 1998, all of you were calling people faggots. That's the thing. And in 1998, I was doing... Mm-hmm. I don't think it was homophobic comedy, but it was very, very close to the line. It was very close to the line. And we kind of, you know, we've all got a history, and it's how you respond to that, what you learn from that. Do you carry on doing that? It's all about growing. It's all about growing. And because things are now recorded and captured digitally, electronically, you're not allowed to grow. Anyway, back to this Barack Obama thing. He says, this idea of purity, and you're never compromised, and you're always politically woke, and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly. The world is messy. There are ambiguities. People who do really good stuff have flaws. I wonder if... Okay. Like, if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or use the wrong verb, or then I can sit back and feel good about myself. Man, you see how woke I was. I called you out. You know, that's not activism. That's not bringing about change. So I guess he's saying, that telling someone what you said was wrong, that doesn't really have an impact. No. It's what you do to change the world around you, I guess.
Well, I think also what he's talking about is the fact that the emphasis is on condemning people rather than putting light on a subject.
So
that's not saying it's okay, I'm going to say what I think and I'm never going to change my mind about stuff because you lot are so woke snowflakes, and that's a load of nonsense. So people are expressing some real concerns, and there are things that do need to change.
We need to stop people calling people snowflakes, don't we? That's the thing. That's such a dangerous word. You get, you know, like the Piers Morgans and Alan Sugars kind of bandying it around, but actually that's really, I think it's a really dangerous thing to call people.
Also, people using the verb triggered when actually what they mean is offended.
Yeah, upset. That fits into it. So anyway, the last 45 minutes of the show, which is going to be a little bit quieter, might be interesting, might be very, very dull. I don't know. If you want to take part in it, you're very welcome. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call.
Just keep it at a tone that won't wake the baby.
Keep it down, nice and low, if you don't mind. I wonder if I've... Okay, let's have a quick break. This is Talk Radio.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
I'm gonna play something. I don't know if it's the Frank film, the Frank Sidebottom Being Frank, Chris Sievey documentary that came out. Put your headphones on for this, because this might be... I don't know if this would be any good or not. I put out the album on my record label, 7A Records, and I don't know if this track made it onto the album. Just found it on my computer. This is called Chris Sievey Humming and Self-Copyright Message. Got no idea what this is. I haven't heard this for ages, so let's have a little listen to this, shall we?
When the war is over. This is Chris Sievey. Just singing a few bits of tapes of mine to register to prove that they are mine. That's all I need to say, I think.
Isn't that brilliant? I don't think that made the album. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Chris Sievey, Frank Sidebottom, just recording some bits and pieces. Bless him. We're just gonna kind of keep it soft.
Mellow.
Because everything's too noisy, and the thing as well with speech radio, it has to be shouty.
You have to have an opinion. You have to hate something.
You have to hate something, and you either have to hate me or what I stand for, or you have to you have to hate the people I hate. Those are the two options you've got in phone-in radio. And that's not how we do it. And I've got some nice stuff off my iPod, on my laptop, that we might play in a minute.
I had to listen to a radio station doing a phone-in. And I often listen to this radio station, and the phone-ins are pitched in a very particular way.
Right.
And today's was something like... And I like the person that does this, but I've just noticed the formula. Halloween, do you find it glorious or ghastly? Like, there's only two options. And it's always, is it this or this? Which one are you? Everyone's always drawing up sides.
Yeah. But this is the thing, you can't be not bothered about anything. I'm really not that bothered about Brexit. I'm not excited. I'm not bothered by it.
Yeah.
I'd rather we stayed. I'm not bothered about it. But for the last 3.5 years, we've been told you have to be angry that you are not getting your way or that you lost. That's it. Thank you, Tony. Tony's enjoying the show tonight, and he's enjoying the Imani Coppola music. Tony, I thoroughly recommend you check out her new album, The Protagonist. Also, it's a bit of a plug, I put out a compilation of what could be loosely described as a best of, called Unsung, by Imani, and also she does a great album. My other favourite album is Black and White, and that is some album. Bit sweary, but it's
but as you've heard, Imani's a bit sweary.
I love her so much. Let's go to Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Alex. What you got for us?
It's Alex Tiffin, if you remember.
Oh, this is Alex Tiffin. Alex Tiffin is pops up on my Twitch feed from time to time, and is gifted 21 subs to scumbags that can't be bothered to dip into their own pockets. Alex, it's nice to it's nice to talk to you at last, mate. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Not bad.
What you got for us?
It was about the cancel culture that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, go on. Yes.
Quite close to me because 5 years ago I was a completely different person, and I was just a dick basically. And then I became disabled, and because I've got MA. And then my mental health suffered, and I did something really stupid. And since then I've changed, but every time I try and do something, people just throw that back at me like I can't be better or try and be better. And it's really frustrating.
I was going to say, they go, okay, well you're trying to be nice, but 5 years ago you did this, so you can't be nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. And the papers have done this to me, and they know what they're doing, but obviously it's failed.
So how does that? And listen, I don't know, and I don't particularly want to know what you did 5 years ago, because that's not.
It was something to do. I attempted to take my own life,
right?
But I did it in a way that, because I'm Muslim, I used that sort of in a way it affected other people as well.
Okay.
You know, and you know, it was wrong. I admitted what I did was wrong, and I speak about it quite a lot. About how, because I was undiagnosed with borderline personality disorder at the time.
Yeah.
But diagnosed now, and since I have been, I've been completely stable, and it answers a lot of questions as well, why I was pretty much a dick as well. But it never, ever leaves me. It's constant. Every time I do something good, try and do something good, it'll just get thrown back at me.
And who's doing the throwing?
Well, a lot of the time it's online, or I've had, like, the newspapers, daily, you know, your Daily Mail, The Sun and things like that. So that puts me in a bit of a downward spiral as well, because it affects me locally.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Okay, I was going to say, well, how does that make you feel then?
I can understand to an extent, in a way, but at the same time, they won't talk about who I am now or what I'm trying to do. They just say, he cannot, you know, it's like, he tried to do this, but he did this in the past, so, you know, it whitewashes everything he's trying to do now. And you just feel like you're banging your head against the wall.
I'm going to ask a question that you don't have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
Well, because I'm Muslim, I attempted suicide by cop by trying to say I was going to kill other people.
Right.
I did it inside my own home, but luckily, who I did it to, I messaged someone at my local mosque, knowing they would go to the police, which they did, which is good. But the police also treated it like a mental health, which the police were very good about it. You know, they came and they took me to a place of safety. But then they obviously had to investigate, just in case. They did. They cleared me.
The suspicion being, just to clarify, for me, the suspicion being what? That you were a Muslim, potentially a Muslim extremist terrorist?
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's been reported in the press, you will probably have read it.
I don't think I have, actually. I know it's not me being cute. It doesn't ring a bell with me. But that's not. Go on.
But it was said in court, like the police, the security services, except he was an idiot, not a terrorist. I was admonished, which is a absolute discharge in England. So I got no sentence because they recognised it was a mental health issue. But they didn't put any of that in the papers.
No, of course not, because that's not a sexy story.
They just put ex-Scots, ex-soldier, Muslim, then jihadist in quotation marks.
And the
because
thing
it's
is,
inferred, so that's fine.
And once that's in a paper, then that's then online, and unless you're really rich and can afford a lawyer that can approach Google to take stuff down, that's up there forever.
I tried getting Google to take it down, and they says no, it's relevant. It's not long enough, hasn't passed yet.
Okay, so you know that that's probably going to be around your neck forever.
Yeah, because it got used against me when I went to the Labour conference.
Right.
At first they barred me from entry, even though I'm an accredited journalist, and the Labour Party wanted me in. So I had to go to the High Court to get it overturned, because Sussex Police had used that article as justification.
Wow.
Even though they have the records, they didn't bother to phone up.
So even though you were cleared of everything, in a court of law, they used a newspaper article to kind of prove your guilt.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was never charged or arrested with terrorism. It was breach of the peace is what it was. And then I was admonished. And all they had to do was call Police Scotland, but they didn't. So I had to go to the High Court, and luckily I have a friend who got a lawyer to do that for me, and they'd overturned it. But still, it shouldn't have had to happen.
Okay, so you know that this is probably going to be around your neck forever. I imagine that the people close to you, friends and family and loved ones,
they're fine with it.
Of course they are, yeah.
To be fair, my online little Twitter community, they're very supportive as well.
Wow, Twitter, hang on. Twitter's being supportive? What parallel universe are you living in, Alex?
Well, it's probably because I just write about disability and welfare issues.
Right.
I don't really care about the rest. I just want to help people. So, luckily, people have seen me for what I want to do. But it's just if I ever try and do anything else, or that just comes back.
Get back in your box. Get back in your box. You jihadist is.
That's exactly what it is. You traitor to your country, race traitor.
Wow.
It's all there.
Okay, so knowing that is probably going to be around you forever, what do you do to not go nuts? What do you do to get out of bed every day and to survive?
When it first started happening, that's what I did. I used to run away to bed, and I'd get very upset, and then I'd not see my kids, and that's what worries me when I'm older, is my kids.
Yeah.
How are people going to use that against them? So it's really frustrating, this cancel culture thing, that nobody can ever change, apparently. And I get some people might do things that they can't.
And yet, we are learning with you, with Alistair, who we spoke to earlier, and I thought spoke very bravely about an upcoming court case, about the behaviour he did when he was ill, when he was drinking. Not in any way to, take the responsibility away. If he's done something, you have to face up to that.
Yeah, that's important.
You and him both prove, and that we know this as well logically, that people can change. People can look on their past. I tell you, a really fascinating man, and I worked with him, and I didn't really get on with him, and that was my fault, because I was not in a great place. Comedian Kevin Day. You aware of Kevin Day, Catherine? You'd recognise him if you saw him. He used to, I think I've got this right, would like to talk to him about, I think I've got this right. When he was, in his teenage years, he joined the National Front, and was a racist, was a full-on racist, and he speaks very openly now. And now he's kind of, I guess you would argue, he's a kind of left-wing liberal comedian. He speaks very openly about being a racist, being a member of the NF, and some of the horrible things that he got involved with and he supported, and how he was able to realise his mistake and see what he was doing was wrong. Go on,
Do
Catherine.
you know how what happened to
I
make
can't
him
remember,
realise?
no. I can't remember.
I think it's quite brave with people like that. There's another person, C.J. Vellerman. He used to be one of Tommy Robinson's, like, closest friends.
Right.
And now he goes around the world to places like Kashmir and Palestine. It's like the polar opposite.
Yeah.
But he talks about how... Yeah, sorry?
Look, I was just say, go on, Kath's gonna...
So Kevin Day, in the 1970s, quite a brief period, but he talks about it openly. He was a member of the National Front, right? And he says it took the death of his friend, a black friend in police custody,
right,
to make him realise where he was going wrong.
Wow. There you go. It's fascinating. I've heard him be interviewed. Go on, sorry, Alex. This Tommy Robinson, ex...
Yeah, so now he goes around the world, and he talks openly about how it's so easy to get sucked into this world of racism, and sometimes it's just to fit in, and how other kids can get drawn into it as well. But it's for people like that, I think it shows people can change, and I think people need to be a bit more open-minded. And like you said, the snowflake is just, it's not helpful.
No, it's not. I think it's very damaging. Alex, it's nice to put a voice to your name at last.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What, just now?
Yeah, what's all the clipping and the clopping? Are you riding a horse?
No, driving.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey, listen, man, it's nice to talk to you. Thank you so much for answering my questions.
Thanks for listening as well.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. You know, it is that thing of you can't atone for your mistakes. And, you know, that's quite an extreme mistake that he's made there, but was years ago, was linked to a mental health issue. I love that the police realised he was a dick and not a terrorist. There's an argument that all terrorists are dicks, you know, but it's interesting, isn't it?
I mean, there is an argument, isn't there? And there are exceptions.
Yeah.
But I know you know that. People listen to this show will know what I mean. There is an argument that people who make mistakes know why they don't want to do it anymore. Have the chance to be better people than people who just live a blameless life to begin with just because they'd never thought to do anything wrong.
Well, let me see if I've got any more of the Frank Sidebottom stuff that didn't go out on the album, the Chris Sievey stuff. Yeah, I have actually. Should we, now, I've not heard a lot of this. Oh, okay, I've got some tracks here. I've not heard these for a couple of years, okay, so these ones didn't make... They were on the long list to be on the soundtrack to the Being Frank album. They didn't make it. I think I can probably get away with playing these ones. I think the quality on these is terrible, so you have to listen, right? But I have several tracks labelled 1973, Front Room with Dad. So this is Chris Sievey and his dad. Let's have a little listen to this.
It's Sunday morning, it's lovely weather outside, and I've just got up about quarter of an hour ago, and I've not had anything to eat yet, but I don't want anything to eat. Anyway, I'll just play a song.
That's it. That's that track. There's another one. Let's have a 1973, Front Room with Dad, Reflections and Dad. We'll just listen to a bit, then we'll come to you in a second, Lewis.
Switch it off and go and get a drink and come back. Hi, conclusive proof coming up that I have just got a drink. Ready? Can you hear that?
It's the year I was born.
What year is this?
73.
It's a drink of milk in a cup, well, in a mug, which is sort of browny gold with, well, I don't know if it's black or brown. It's black. No, it's dark. No, yeah, it's black. Well, sort of. Sort of black, dark brown pattern all over. Right, well, I'll try and do that song again without a squeaky voice. Now that my life is over. Hello? I am.
What I want to know is,
Yes.
are you taking on the car cleaning or not?
Taking on the car cleaning?
Yes.
When did you want it done?
Oh, it has to be done when I want it done, not when you want it done.
Oh.
What I want to know is, do you want to do it, or if Simon comes and asks me a bit later on and says, do you want your car cleaning, do I tell him yes? Have you got time to do it?
I'll do it after tea, is that alright?
Yeah, but if you see, the thing that happens with you is that later on you probably get somebody caught and somebody else will call and then all these things and you find you won't have time to do it.
Well, I'll do it after tea, definitely.
Alright.
Okay?
Okay. Very good.
Well, that was my dad just coming in asking me if I want to clean the car.
He wasn't asking you.
Now that my life is over.
Oh, Chris.
And all my time's been spent. I began to wonder where I went wrong. Sometimes I wonder deep inside if I should have stayed with the girl my heart kept yearning for. But if I pick you up on radar, then I come on just like I did before. I wonder how the babies could have dragged my girl away. If only I could go back to yesterday. Maybe one day I'll find you. Maybe I'll win your heart. I know the chance is slim, but it's a start. Gives me hope. You see, I cried the day you went away, thinking of the good times we used to have. Although we never got it going, I was happy just to love you from afar, but now I'm sad.
Closing time conversation for tax inspectors, taxi drivers, and taxidermists. Great big talk for the wee small hours.
You've been trolling me big time, mate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
There's just no room for silence. There isn't any room for silence, is there? There's never... I always have to have noise around. I always have to have... When I get home, I'll have the radio on in the car, or I'll call you. Then when I get home, I'll put on the radio on my phone, and I will set my timer on my phone so that it turns off after an hour, so I fall asleep to the radio.
Do you know what I've started doing as well when I leave the cat in the house?
What?
Turning the radio on for her. Like she gives a toss.
Aren't we silly?
Well, I just feel like I feel bad that she's going to be lonely. But that's me. That's because that's how I would feel if I was left alone all day with no noise.
And people, and on the radio, people get very uncomfortable about silence. If you're doing an interview with someone who's Trixie, silence is the best thing, because they feel it's really hard to be looking at someone, eye contact, and not say anything, and someone will have to fill that gap. And if you can hold your nerve, the person you are interviewing will feel they have to fill that gap, and you can get some wonderful stuff out.
It's a great management technique. I had it used on me very effectively when I used to work at Topshop. And my boss, Juju, was brilliant. But that woman could use a silence, right? Sorry, Juju, I can't work that day. I mean, I would love to be able to do it, but I've got some like college work to do, and I'm not going to. I could probably do a couple of hours. Would a couple of that'd be very helpful. Thank you.
We had like a change in sort of middle management here a while ago, and they wanted us, Catherine and I, to give them or sell them, and I think give them, as money wasn't mentioned, the Rabbit Hole podcast that we do. We were adamant that we weren't going to give it away, to the point where we were going to stop doing it if they just took it. And they were welcome to pay us for it, but it was never kind of mentioned. And there was a guy, and there was a meeting. It was me, Catherine, and this guy. And I don't remember what the final sentence was, but then there was a huge, long period. It felt like minutes. I suspect it was no more than a minute, but a minute is long, where me and him were just staring at each other in silence. Catherine was to the kind of left of me, and I was just staring at him. I think I'd said something like, if you take it, we'll stop doing it. And a minute of that after making a bold statement. And I just thought, I have nothing to lose here. I'm not going to be the one. I can sit here all night. And it was so uncomfortable. Yeah, God, it was awful for me. What was it like for you, being sort of on the periphery of it? Because you weren't the one being stared at.
No, I wasn't. But I was also a little bit narked because I think he had brought me in thinking that first of all, thinking I was a lot younger, like I was one of the kids. I'd been doing it for very long, and that I was going to be easily manipulated, not realising quite the partnership we have. And that the Rabbit Hole is kind of our insurance policy. That's our baby. That's what we want to keep separate, because if this all goes tits up, we need to have something left.
Yeah.
That's a movable feast, that's something we can carry on doing if we are, let's say, out of work for a bit, right? So I didn't want to give it to anybody else. And I remember, and also he was talking to me, he tried to use the thing on me of, we're going to get rid of this because actually it's a lot of work for you. And I went, I've been doing this for quite a long time. I can do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And there were some silences there as well. So I think then he moved on to you because he realised that I was not going to be moved. But I remember what that silence was about. He wanted to know the figures for the Rabbit Hole.
Was that what...
I don't want to share that with you. Well, I don't know what your intentions are, or something.
Okay, right, that may have been. And there was talk of us losing the podcast of this show, or it becoming once a week. It was a very tense meeting. So to sit there in silence, it was, God, it was awful. Mm-hmm. I hated it, but I'm glad I did it. What an experience.
Here's the thing, you don't have to fill the silences.
No.
Although, having grown up in a very noisy household, I'm used to jumping in and getting my moment when I can.
Don't we all want that one person we can sit in silence with in the same room?
Yeah.
Isn't that what life is about? Finding that other person you can sit in the living room, in bed, in a restaurant. You can just sit with them in silence, and it's wicked.
I had a really great friend.
Let me say it wasn't that guy for me. It's not wicked.
I had a really great friend years ago when all my friends were getting married. And I think she had got married already. But we're talking about, what marriage is about. And there was a lot of emphasis on the wedding, right? A lot of people going, oh, you got to have this, you got to have that. And I was saying, and I was having to sort of explain to my mum that for me this wasn't about a big party to show off. It was about the start of a different kind of life and all this sort of stuff. And and how it was about the marriage rather than the wedding, right? And I was talking to this friend of mine and she said, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. She said, it's not about high days and holidays and those moments where everyone's got a camera out. It's about Tuesday night when you're both knackered and you're sitting in front of the telly. Is that the person you can do that with?
And look, we're going to speak to Lewis in a second. We've been saying we're going to be silent for bits, and we haven't. We've actually talked for the whole time, which is fine.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Do you hear who it is? Do you hear who it is?
Okay, this is going to be interesting. Hold on to your hats, guys. This is going to be an interesting one. Good evening. Good evening, Lewis.
Hi, how's it going?
Very well, Lewis. Could you come off speakerphone, please?
Good. Hang on a minute. How's it going? Sorry.
Going very well, Lewis. What have you got for us?
I've totally forgotten my original point, man. Right. But, I just wanted to say hello to you and Catherine especially, because the last time I called in, Rufus Hound was hosting.
Gosh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And, but I recommended the book. But listen, what I wanted to say is tonight's, calls and everything, it's been a bit weird. It's very mental health orientated, right? Not just tonight, but over the last few months, kind of thing. And I'm just wondering why that is.
Why do you think it is?
Why do I think it is?
No, more importantly, why do you think you've picked up on that?
Well, I suffer from mental health too, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like this show's become like a forum for people that have, it's like a sanctuary for mental health patients. Not patients, but like a safe place kind of thing, you know?
And is that a bad thing?
No, but of course it's not.
Well then embrace, then don't question it, embrace it.
Well, I have to question it, even just...
You don't have to question it.
Not have to, but, you know, just saying, even if something could be perfectly, fantastically great, you know, but you still question it, right?
I'm learning not to. What, if you don't mind me asking, and of course you don't have to answer, what would you say are perhaps your biggest issues?
Well, I got diagnosed with BPD 2 years ago.
That's bipolar disorder.
No, it's not.
What is that? Go on. Borderline personality.
Well done, bingo.
Disorder. Got that. Second go. Thank you. Go on. What does that mean?
I'm not quite sure yet. Okay. I'm still trudging through it all, you know. Right? Even now, as I'm saying this, it's like I'm saying this is a sanctuary for people with mental health, or whatever, and I'm calling in, and still like, so I don't know.
And you're very welcome to call in.
Thank you.
I'm glad you've called in. It's nice to talk to you. What was the book? What was the book that Rufus recommended to you? Do you remember?
No, I recommended it to him.
Oh, what book did you recommend?
It was Still Life with Woodpecker by Tom Robbins.
Oh, I don't know that. What's that about?
Oh God.
Or is it? Do you not remember?
I do remember.
I struggle. Once I've read it, here's the thing, right? This is my thing, Lewis. The moment I can be so engrossed in a book, and the moment I've read the last page and closed the book, I can totally forget what it was I've just read. I can totally forget it. That's why I keep books, because I can reread them like every couple of years, and it's like I'm reading them for the first time.
I did that book to my friend. She gave it to her mum. She didn't give me the book anyway. But oh man, do you know what? I had so many questions and things to say to you, like, and it's all just blown out of my head.
Do you want to call back another night, or do you want to sit and have a little think for a minute? We can sit in silence for a minute if you want, or would that make you uncomfortable?
We can sit for a bit. It doesn't have to be in silence. Right?
Well, just if you want to gather your thoughts.
Yeah, cool, okay. I called in, the first time I called into your show was a couple of years ago, I think.
Okay.
And I told you I collected, like, action figures or whatever.
Right.
And you said it was silly.
I apologise. If I did say that, I don't remember the call. If I did say it, I apologise.
Because there are a lot of people that listen to your show, like I know loads of people that actually tune in, and not a lot of us do actually call in, but we do tune in. But when you said that, everybody heard it, and I got kind of sort of like, you on the radio. And all that.
Well, I'm
sorry for saying that. But, and then that was like, I was like, oh.
Well, I apologise for that. If I did say that, I'm really sorry, and I'm sorry if it caused you any problems. That was rude of me.
That's cool, man. Like, but I understand it because it was pretty off the cuff, and you was like, putting on your Iain Lee show, whatever. I get it, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on. I was just genuinely asking, but you don't have to tell me.
Yeah, no, I don't have any anymore.
Oh. Not because of me, I hope.
Kind of.
Oh no, really? You got rid of them because of what I said? Oh, Lewis, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry.
And that was on national radio, man. It was really sort of. I'm sorry, I keep that was hard.
I'm really sorry, man.
And I recommended a film to you as well.
What film did you recommend?
It was a Will Ferrell film.
Yeah.
Called, I can't remember the name of it now.
What
happened? He was an alcoholic, and
oh yeah, no,
it wasn't a comedy.
I've seen it.
Everything Must Go, it was called.
Yeah, I thought that film was all right.
Did you?
Didn't think it was great. I thought it was all right.
No, it wasn't great. It was a bit like that.
I watched it though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I watched it. So thank you for that.
Man. Wicked.
Lewis,
how's Catherine doing?
Lewis, right. I have to go because Darren Morris is
wicked,
coming.
Yeah, man.
And I didn't give him any time to talk yesterday, and he got his brother to phone me up and threatened to beat me up earlier, and I don't want to get a kick in off Darryl's brother. So thanks for your call, Lewis, and I apologise if anything I said in the past upset you. That was rude of me, and I'm very sorry.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I've upset you or anything.
You haven't upset me at all, mate. You've got nothing to apologise for. We'll speak again, Lewis. Good night.
Sweet, man. Cool.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Nice man.
He got rid of his action figures because of me. That's terrible.
I enjoyed the mellow nature of the recent radio you've been making. It's very good. It's nice sometimes, right? Because I wasn't feeling that great today, to be honest. Just one of those days where you feel a bit like there.
Yeah, you're wearing like a cosy jumper, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a cosy jumper kind of day.
Yeah.
One of those days where you just need to be wrapped in a cosy jumper.
Totally, man.
So I enjoyed it, so thank you for that.
Thank you
for bringing me them there.
Also, it's getting proper cold now, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
When you leave, you leave for about 5:15?
Yeah.
It must be, when we go now in 20 minutes, it is freezing out there. It's worse for you.
Big time. But it's not, there's pleasant cold. There's cold where it's like, oh, it's nice, it's cold. And then there's unpleasant cold, where it's too cold.
It's a wind trap out there.
It's biting. That's exactly what it is. It's unpleasant cold.
We didn't give you any time yesterday. You got until 58:20. You have a minute.
Very little happening.
Very,
very little happening, to be honest. So,
we can have a minute's thinking time if
you want to, just a meditative.
We can end in silence for the rest.
Actually, there is something interesting. One interesting guest in the course of 4 hours.
Yes.
A guy who is a massive Doris Day fan. When he was about 17, set up a Doris Day fan club, and Doris Day called him. When he was a kid, called him up, and he didn't believe it. And then she did something. The phone call, actually, the content of the phone call is really interesting. So we'll let him tell that story a little bit later on.
What time's he on?
He is going to be on at about 4:30 in the morning.
Come on, that's great.
Get yourself awake for that.
Thank you, Daryl. That sounds brilliant. We will be back tonight at 10. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Catherine. Let's end the show. Turn the mics down. Let's end in silence, Sam. Thank you.